Hey everyone, it's Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your full moon in Leo tarot reading. I'm going to begin with Aries and work my way around the zodiac wheel here, ending at Pisces. Timestamps, as always, will be pinned to the comment section. I've set the intentions of this reading to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as your Venus placements. So you're welcome to look at any of those placements or maybe another placement that you regularly follow. If you're not sure what your placements are, in the description box below will be a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Just take a look at that site and then come back here and click on the timestamp for the respective placement or placements that you wish to view. Do keep in mind this is a collective general reading. That means it's not individualized or personalized to you, and therefore messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. And if that happens, please don't get upset. It just means that that one message is intended for someone else of your sign or your sign's placement. So as I always say, just take what fits, how it fits, and leave what doesn't. With all that said, let's begin. Hello, Aries. Let's see how this full moon in Leo on February 12th will be affecting you. Now, for Aries, well, for all 12 zodiac signs, the full moon will be affecting each sign differently. For Aries, this full moon will illuminate your domestic sector. So whether it's making decisions about your income, your home, reconnecting with family, there's likely to be a sense of like emotional closure here. So you may feel a desire to relocate or maybe even rediscover your roots. And that could very well be like revisiting something from the past, like a hobby or something nostalgic for you. Let's dive into Oracle and then we'll clarify further using your tarot deck. So first we have Horned Cactus, Resourcefulness. First Moonology card is Full Moon in Pisces, Forgive. And then we have Moonset, Releasing. So it looks like there's something here that you may need to forgive in order to release from you. Tell me a little bit more about this. The Resourcefulness card is number 29. So maybe the number 2, 9, 11, or 29 is relevant to you. I want to say I feel like this is like a touchy subject because of the image of the cactus here on the photo. It's almost like it hurts you to hold on to this, and so therefore there's a need for you to release it. But for some reason you're holding on to something. So you're holding on to a person, place, or thing, right? Could be a habit, a pattern, situation, environment, or connection that is actually harmful for you. And it could be a memory as well from the past, right? Especially with that rediscovering your roots being highlighted in this full moon in Leo. So let's see what this is all about. Tell me more about resourcefulness, forgive, and releasing for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Thank you. We have the 10 of Cups, and then the 9 of Swords came out of the deck. That's further clarified by the Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Pentacles. Why is the Forgive card here? Tell me why the Forgive card is here for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle. Thank you. Forgive is being clarified by the High Priestess, the 6 of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. And why is releasing here? Tell me more about releasing here for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle. Thank you. Releasing is being clarified by the 7 of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles, and the Magician. Bottom of the deck, we have the Empress to the 8 of Pentacles. Wow, to the Emperor. Look at that. That leaves the Queen of Swords to the 6 of Wands to the Strength card here at the bottom of the deck. So there clearly is here a need for you to forgive something or someone. This Emperor to the Empress could be a mother figure, a father figure, parental figures. Again, just going back to that message of the full moon in Leo. I mean, this is highlighting your domestic sector. This could be you having the need or desire at this time to forgive a partner, whether it's one from the past or a string of partners from the past or a current relationship. You're going to have to take it how it resonates to you. But it's something here, this 10 of Cups, that Emperor or Empress is tied to this 10 of Cups. So again, parental figure, current partner, past partner, something that at one point or maybe currently makes you ultimately happy. You're giving a lot of thought, though, to this, and it's in a negative way. This 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, and Wheel of Fortune. I almost feel like you're holding yourself back because of this inability to forgive something that has transpired here in this connection. The forgive card here is being clarified by the High Priestess, the Six of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. I almost feel like something was spoken to you. And again, could be a parental figure, past partner, or a current one. But something was spoken to you by this soulmate, soul bond connection here. And it left you feeling abandoned, rejected, left out in the cold. I feel like you keep it a secret with the High Priestess card. This is something that you keep to yourself. The releasing card is being clarified by the Seven of Cups. So there's confusion. You have the Ace of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Magician. I almost feel like this full moon in Leo will give you the insight you need, kind of like the aha moment. I'm unable to manifest a path forward in my life or the direction I want to take, or I'm unable to manifest what it is that I want for myself, whether it's financially, personally, romantically, etc., until I forgive what transpired here in the past. So once you're able to forgive and release this, like truly forgive and release this, that's what's ushering in for you the Empress to the Eight of Pentacles to the Emperor. So it's almost like forgiving this past partner, current partner, actually ushers in for you this really beautiful divine connection that you're working on with this person, and this person is working on with you. And that Eight of Pentacles energy. You know, if you divide the Eight of Pentacles, you get two Four of Pentacles. This would then be two people who are not letting go of one another. But I kind of feel like this is blocked. And this is blocked right now because there's something going back rooted in your childhood. For most of you, Six of Cups to the Ten of Cups. Something was said to you or done to you that you keep a secret. And it leaves you feeling in lack. This is a major obstacle to you manifesting a real divine union in your life, or maybe even repairing or rebuilding a bridge that you have with this past person. I do see here clarity coming to you in the energy of the full moon in Leo. Let's get you some advice. Very interesting reading for the first one out of the gate, Aries. So yeah, you're holding on to something that hurts you. Something that was said by someone you held or you currently hold a lot of love for. But it is a major block for you. Again, whether it's repairing this divine connection, welcoming in a divine connection into your life, or again, this could be rebuilding a connection with your parents if they're still alive, if this has anything to do with a parental figure. Let's get 3 cards of advice here for Aries. One more shuffle, please, and thank you. We have the Two of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Six of Swords. Wow, your progress and your forward movement here in your life, which appears to have been stifled for some reason, all stems back to you having to find this place within yourself, whether you can obtain closure or not. It would be closure that you give to yourself. You taking the reins here as the King of Wands or Queen of Wands, I don't read gender, but you taking the bold action to forgive this soulmate, soul bond connection is what enables you to move forward in your life. This is a super deep message. And if it was a personalized message, I would be able to go in a lot deeper with you and really look at the various layers. So it's a collective reading, and therefore you'll have to take the message as how it resonates to you. But something transpired for you within a soulmate, soul bond connection. For some of you, it goes all the way back to childhood with some type of parental figure. For others of you, it's a past lover, possibly a new lover. But your inability to truly move forward in your life and master this divine union or rebuild a connection, especially if this is parental figures that are still alive, if you're wondering why I can't achieve that, it's because you have yet to forgive this. So your advice is to do just that, to actually take the reins here as the King of Wands, the inspired action to forgive something that transpired here within this soulmate, soul bond connection. And that is your path forward. And you do, as the Magician, have all of the resources you need. You hold all of the aces to be able to do this and to have this new start in your life, in whatever path here that you choose. But it seems like your major block here has been forgiveness. So if you can target in on what it is that you've been holding on to all these years And again, truly forgive it, whether the person's still in your life or not, but actually come to a place of forgiveness and releasing it. That ushers in something really beautiful for you. And for some of you, it definitely is a divine love union. So that's what I have for you, my darling. That is your full moon in Leo message. If you like this reading and it resonates with you, or you wish to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. Sorry for shaking the camera. And until I read for you again, Aries, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Taurus. Let's see what your full moon in Leo reading is all about. Now, Taurus, this full moon is going to activate your communication sector, sparking solutions within conversations that you may be having with neighbors, siblings, or maybe even members of your local community. You may find that you finally find a resolution to some type of emotional discussion that you're having with someone within the next week. And for a lot of you, this is centered either around family, meaning your siblings, or your neighbors, like members of your community. So let's get into the oracle cards, and then we'll see what your tarot cards have to say. So your oracle card says overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. This is card number 43. So the numbers 437 or 43 might be relevant to you. Your first moonology card is full moon in Cancer. Wow, let your fears dissolve. And then your other message is synchronicity, the moon's moment. Taurus, I feel like there's a very emotional discussion that you'll be having within the next week. Again, either tied to neighbors, community, or family. Such as, like, again, I go back to like siblings, cousins. I don't really feel like this is partnership based, but there's something here. Maybe you have been resistant to say what it is that you want to say because of some fears here. Tell me more about overwhelm and plenty here for the Taurian collective. I feel like there's something that you would like to just say. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Overflow, this overwhelm and plenty card is being clarified by the Nine of Swords, followed by the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. Tell me more about let your fears dissolve for the Taurian collective. One more shuffle, please, and thank you. Let your fears dissolve is being clarified by the Ace of Cups, the Justice card, the Lovers, and the Six of Wands. And why is synchronicity here for the Taurian collective? Why is synchronicity here? One more shuffle, please, and thank you. Synchronicity is being clarified by the Three of Cups, the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the King of Swords. Taurus, I swear you are one of three placements that consistently gets the Seven of Swords in my readings. Bottom of the deck, we have Temperance to the Eight of Cups to the High Priestess card. That leaves the Seven of Wands to the Devil to the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. Taurus, overwhelm and plenty. Nine of Swords to the Nine of Cups. I feel like many of you lately, and particularly in the energy of this full moon in Leo, are giving very, very heavy contemplation to going out on your own. Whether that means my family has had this political belief my whole life, and I'm now going to have a different political belief than they do. That very well could be an emotional discussion that you have with your family. Could be a religious belief for some of you, or maybe you're changing your religious beliefs, and there's a need here for you to have a discussion with your family about it. For others of you, you may want to like claim your independence or claim your autonomy from a family group or a family member. Like if you feel like a parent of yours is too controlling. Some of you, I'm going to be honest with you, want your independence from almost like if you're married. It's like you're contemplating even leaving your marriage. I feel like this is something that you want to dissolve. Let your fears dissolve. You're really up in your head about this, about what truly makes you happy, your independence, your autonomy, what direction, Two of Wands, you want your life to go in. Let your fears dissolve is being clarified by the Ace of Cups, the Justice card, the Lovers, and the Six of Wands. I feel like some of you are battling within yourselves. It's almost like, I almost feel like it's me or them. Like this choice that you're making is like, I can't be who I really am because then I lose this person. I lose this family member, or it changes my image within my community, or my neighbors wouldn't approve of it. Again, there's something like that here because the Ace of Cups is about self-love. And then you have the Justice and the Lovers and the Six of Wands. And this is clarifying to let your fears dissolve. So I almost feel like some of you have been battling a choice over what makes you happy and what makes everyone else around you happy, like within your family unit, or your community. I feel like the minute you say it, you can't take it back. That's the issue here. It'll change the game. It'll be a very emotional discussion and it'll change the game. Like you won't be seen the same anymore if you say, this is what I am, or this is the direction I'm going in, or I don't want this connection anymore, or I don't want to talk to my sister anymore, or my brother, or you ask a spouse for a divorce. Like there's something here that once you say it, it's like you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. But this plagues you mentally because you want to be happy and yet you hold yourself back. It's like, well, I have to choose. I have to choose who will be happy, me or them. And you're consistently choosing them, however you classify them, one person, multiple people. It's like you've been putting yourself on the back burner in order to keep the status quo or to keep someone or something happy, just kind of like keep everything flowing along. But I feel like that's about to change. That synchronicity card here is being clarified by the Three of Cups, the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the King of Swords. I feel like you will be speaking your truth to whomever is, whoever encompasses this Three of Cups energy for you. This is about community. This could also be representing like your siblings, your family. I feel like there has been some... I can read the Seven of Swords in this context two ways. For some of you, Tauruses, you're hiding what you really want or hiding who you really are from your family or your community because, again, it's once I say it, I can't take it back and it changes the game. And you're afraid of it changing the game. For others of you, you want to disengage from this person or this family unit because you believe that they have been engaging in Seven of Swords behavior. So it's different for all of you, but within this energy of the full moon, most of you will be brazen enough and bold enough to say it. King of Swords in a very non-emotional, factual way. Like, this is who I am. Or this could be like you volunteering in a community group and you really don't want to do it anymore, but they need you. It's just an example. But I say because they need me, but I really don't want to be there anymore. I think about it all the time. It keeps me up late at night. I'm exhausted from it, right? Because Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, it's like once you're that mentally exhausted, now it starts taking a physical toll on you. So it's like I'm exhausted of continuing in this community group. Again, just an example. But it's like if I leave, then they're not happy. But if I stay, I'm not happy. I feel like some of you will be speaking it in King of Swords, like, I'm sorry, I just can't volunteer in this group anymore. And for others of you using that same example, it's like, I can't engage in this community group anymore because I feel like there's this Seven of Swords behavior happening here, lying, cheating, deceiving, and I just don't want to be part of it. So two different groups of you, but pretty much the same theme here. The one thing that the collective has in common, you've been holding yourselves back from your true wish fulfillment, what would really make you happy, because you've been putting the needs or concerns of others ahead of your own. And some of you will be speaking up, either because you're tired of holding yourself back, or you'll be speaking up because you feel that there's something shady going on with that person or that group, and you no longer want to be part of it. We have Temperance to the Eight of Cups to the High Priestess. I feel that the Taurian group here is split because this is what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck. I think for some of you, you will be speaking it in the King of Swords. For some of you, you'll just be gaining clarity within yourself. So some of you are saying, I'm out, right? I don't want to be this. I know we were all raised as this political group. Again, just an example. But moving forward, I'm really aligning more with this political group. Some of you are just going to say it, like, I'm done. Sorry, mom and dad. You raised us as, I don't know, Catholics, but I've become more spiritual, or I've learned more about Hinduism, or there's just something here like you're I don't want to say you're being different. You're being you. You're being you. You're being the you that you have kept concealed and kept hidden because you didn't want to disappoint the family. Or the community that you live in. So there's something like that. So I feel like here's where the Taurian group becomes split. Half of you are just going to say it. This is what I am. This is who I am. This is what I want, or I don't want this anymore. I don't want to be part of this anymore. And others of you are just going to walk away quietly. Going back to that community group meeting, you start missing meetings to the point where you're missing it, every fourth meeting, and then it's every third meeting, then it's every second meeting, and then you just kind of stop going. So some of you are just going to do like a slow fade out from whomever or whatever this is, right? I talk to my sister every day, but it's really contentious. And it's a slow, some of you will just say it. Look, sis, I love you, but we have too many disagreements here. Or I feel like you haven't been truthful. Again, it's just an example. And I just can't have you in my life anymore as much as I love you because it's a detriment to me. And others of you, again, will just slowly fade out. Like you'll go from speaking to her daily to once a week, once every couple of weeks. It's just a slow fade out, and really keeping to yourself why the slow fade out. But either way, I have an 8 of Cups here. I feel like in the near future, you'll be eclipsing this person or these people out of your life, because the 8 of Cups is the only card here that shows the image of an eclipse. It's the only card in tarot. So I feel like for some of you, you'll feel like that's the only way for you to be able to restore balance in your life, is to disassociate from this person or these people. And others of you will be just saying it outright and then moving on. So that's what I have for you, Taurus. I'm going to get you a couple cards here, 3 cards for advice. But yeah, some of you, again, I have to go by how the full moon will be impacting your sign, and it will be activating your communication sector, particularly when it comes to neighbors, siblings, and members of the local community. So in that respect, if this reading is for you, it looks like you've been holding yourself back from saying something you wanted to say because you haven't wanted to disturb the apple cart. Most of you will be energized by this full moon in Leo to just finally say it and move on, or to gain the clarity that you have to move on. And then in the near future, that seems to be what you're doing. Let's get 3 cards of advice here for Taurus. 3 cards of advice for Taurus. One more shuffle, please, Anne. Thank you. 3 cards of advice. 5 of Cups, walk away. Oof. 5 of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. Stand in your power. Wow. Bottom of the deck, Devil. That's twice now we've seen that. Devil, 8 of Wands, and Page of Swords. I feel like whatever this toxicity is, again, in a community group, with neighbors, some type of family setting here, could even be like individuals you share a household with. Your advice is to stand in the power of the Queen of Wands, which is very brazen and very bold, and to walk away. 5 of Cups. Whoever this person is or these people are. And this would be you really in your power as the King of Pentacles, grounded, steady, sturdy, and saying, I'm overwhelmed with plenty. I can do this without you. But again, the only thing holding some of you back is this fear. And so your advice here is this, let your fears dissolve and do what is best for you and take control of your life, even if it means you have to eclipse whomever or whatever this is. Again, it's something that you already know to be toxic. It's a connection in your life that you already know is toxic, or maybe it's not toxic. It's just no longer aligned to you, right? You're the Hierophant card in tarot. So it's just no longer aligned with your values, whatever that is. So it looks like something is shifting and changing here for the Taurus collective. And most of you are either finding the clarity to move on in silence, or finding the boldness within you to finally speak up and say, this is no longer working for me. That is what I have for you, Taurus. That is your full moon in Leo tarot reading. If you like this message, it resonated with you, or you wish to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, Taurus, I'm wishing you good luck with the situation, as well as light, love, and peace. Hello, Gemini twin gang. This full moon in Leo on February 12th will be impacting our financial sector. I see that because, as most of you know, I am a Gemini sun. This full moon will be prompting us to reevaluate our spending habits and our spending values. This is an ideal time for us to address expenses related to our home or our lifestyle, and then to also set long-term financial goals for ourselves. So let's see what the oracle cards are, and then we'll delve into tarot. You have mindful, groupthink. This is card number 40, so maybe the numbers 0, 4, or 40 are relevant to you. Your Moonology card here is Know Your Worth, new moon in Taurus. Taurus is Venusian energy that is all about luxury. And then you also have here Meant to Be, moon called. This full moon in Leo, I feel for many of us, again, I'm going to say us, but for many in the Gemini collective, it's a time for them to be very mindful of the money they make. Some of you could find yourselves like creating budgets now, planning for the future, knowing your worth in terms of how you spend your pentacle energy as well. Tell me more about this for Gemini. Wow. Yeah, full clarity on this. Ace of Swords. Tell me more about mindful here for Gemini. What do they need to know about mindful? Sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle now. Thank you. Mindful is being clarified by Justice, the Knight of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. There's looking for new financial opportunities. Tell me more about Know Your Worth here for the Gemini collective. Tell me more about Know Your Worth, Sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle. Thank you. Know Your Worth is being clarified by the Two of Wands, the Fool card, the Ace of Swords shows itself again, and the King of Pentacles. Look at you going from Knight to King. And Meant to Be. Tell me more about Meant to Be here for Gemini, Sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus. Where they need to know about, Meant to Be. Thank you. The card that came out of the deck was the Four of Cups. You further clarify this, please, with 3 more cards. One more shuffle. Oh, thank you. Okay, the 3 cards we needed just came out of the deck. Six of Swords, Page of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. That leaves at the bottom of the deck the Devil, to the Two of Swords, to the Two of Cups. 9 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands here, and 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So just keeping with the message of how this full moon in Leo will be affecting you. Some of you are definitely thinking about these patterns you have when it comes to how you spend your money, how you create your money, how you spend your money, and how to save your money. Some of you are looking to balance out your finances. So I definitely feel like this is a time where it's like, I can't keep doing what I'm doing. I take an X amount of dollars, I have X amount in expenses, and I'm left with blank. Something has to change. I either need to make more money, or I need to reduce my expenses, or maybe a combination of the two. Again, a lot of evaluation here, being very mindful of your budget and your budgetary constraints as well. Definitely looking for financial balance here, because like this is the feeling here of the way I've done things monetarily hasn't really panned out for me. So Knight of Pentacles, taking it slow and easy here, but very steady, grounded approach, looking for some new financial opportunities, whether that's looking for another job, a side gig to make some money. Some of you could be inquiring on long-term investments. This is definitely the feeling of, I need to do better with my money. The Knight holds a pentacle, the Page holds a pentacle, that's 2 of Pentacles, and that is all about balance. Justice is all about balance. So the feeling I'm getting here for the Gemini collective is trying to figure out how to make more money while decreasing their expenses and saving something for their future as well, because the way they've handled money up until present day just really hasn't been working out for their benefit. Know Your Worth is clarified by the Two of Wands, the Fool, the Ace of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. Knowing your worth. I really love this for you. At a crossroads, right? Financial crossroads we're talking about here. I don't know what to do. Do I stay on the path I'm currently on, which is fiscally imbalanced to me? Or do I create a plan here with this Page of Pentacles energy to move in a new direction? I feel like for most of you, you're in this Fool card energy, so I have to do something differently. The pattern, the financial pattern I've had doesn't work for me. I can see that clearly, that I'm overspending, or, this could also be like debt consolidation. And depending on where you live in the world, I know here in the United States, we have these ads on TV all the time. But some of you could be thinking about doing something like that. Oh, I have 4 credit cards and I pay 25% interest on this card and 33% on this one. And, interest rates are crazy these days in the United States on credit cards. Some of you could be looking at, well, maybe I should consolidate that under one loan that's like 10% or something like that, 11%. And that I would be able to reduce what I have to pay out monthly for the bills, right? I'll be able to pay off those a lot quicker and I'll save money on the interest. So could be something like that, but there's definitely here of getting clarity of knowing your worth, right? In terms of, I'm going to be very careful now how I make money and how I spend money, especially the consolidation of money. Is the aha epiphany moment here in the energy of the full moon of, I know what I have to do. I know what I have to do to become the King of Pentacles. I don't want to be the Page of Pentacles anymore. I want to become the King of Pentacles. Meant to be, and it is actually meant to be. We have the couple of cards here came out. You had the Four of Cups, the Five of Swords, the Six of Swords, the Page of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. I think what's meant to be is for you to be financially independent, not really financially reliant on anyone else. And I think for a lot of you, that's the goal that you want. You don't want to always sit around and wait for a cup to come to you, for someone to like offer you something, or where you have to beg for someone to help you or help you pay a bill, or, God forbid your car breaks down. You're like, where am I going to get the money? I have to call now this person for it. I feel like some of you don't want that anymore. It causes too much conflict in your life, Five of Swords, and too much conflict within yourselves to have to rely on someone else to like help bail you out financially. I feel like that's what you're moving on from. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to wait for someone to help me. I don't want to feel like I have to beg people or fight with people to help me. I want to move on from that mentality. And again, Page of Wands, discovering ways how I can become financially independent. Now, I'm going to throw this out there because that's what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck. If this isn't your message, it's just not your message, okay? I'm a Gemini sun. I'm not offended by this message, but I have to be honest and tell you what I'm getting. For some of you, this financial issue is a block to love. This might be a block to love for various reasons. One of the reasons is, whether you realize it or not, you may be looking for a person to financially take care of you. And your relationships are falling apart because, whether you realize it or not, subconsciously, you're looking for the equivalent of a parental figure to make you feel financially safe. Like, you're okay, I got that covered. Or the reading here is saying that's a block. You're again, please don't get mad at me if it's not your message, but there's this feeling here of, you can do it on your own. You can be independent on your own. You don't need to be with someone who's financially independent. You can become financially independent. Like, that's not the reason to look for a partner. So for some of you, that's been a block or an obstacle. For others of you, you might be currently in a connection, but you feel like you're not good enough for the connection because maybe you don't make as much as your partner. And whether you realize it or not, this is a toxic block to that connection improving or moving along. So again, only take it how it resonates to you, but it looks like finances, healing this financial wound. For some of you, it goes back to childhood. Maybe you grew up in a household like I did, where dad was the primary breadwinner and mom was the primary homekeeper, right? Mom took care of the house and dad took care of the food that came on the table. Some of you may still have that mentality, even though you don't realize it. You might feel like, no, I'm very independent and I'm more progressive than my parents were and all that stuff. But there's something there, and some type of like financial wound within you, that as independent as you want to be, you still like knowing that you have someone there to financially bail you out. I feel like that's a block. You need, if you're a female watching this, a female Gemini, that's like a father wound that you may have to address. This reliance on a masculine figure or just a partner figure to financially take care of you. So for some of you, that's been a block in love. Again, I have to tell you the messages that are out there. I'm not offended by them. Take what fits, leave what doesn't. For others of you, this is just a block in a current connection that you have. Let me get you 3 cards of advice. It's almost like your wish fulfillment will come to you or be revealed to you once you become financially independent. There's definitely a block here to financial independence is a block for your love connections, to your 10 of cups at the bottom of the deck. And for some of you, that 10 of cups represents going back to like your family, going back to your childhood. There's something here like that. Again, if it's not your message, just not your message. Let's get 3 cards of advice here for Gemini. 3 cards of advice here. Some of you choose the wrong partner. You choose partners that are toxic because you feel like they can take care of you. Again, don't get mad at me. I have to tell you what's there. So the healthy connection comes in because once you know your worth and you can stand on your own, then you're no longer you're no longer engaging in love connections that are toxic, because you'll see them for what they are. I'm only with you because you provide a house, or I'm only with you because you make more money, or I'm only with you because I can keep the lifestyle I have because you make more, you make X. Like, once you become financially independent, you're no longer toxically codependent on this person or this type of person. And that ushers in a true 2 of cups to that 9 of cups to that 10 of cups wish fulfillment type of connection in your life. I hope these messages are making sense for someone watching. Let's get 3 cards of advice here for Gemini. One more shuffle, please and thank you. Your advice: Ace of Cups, loving yourself. 4 of Wands, that's your victory, my dear. 3 of Swords, this is a wound within you that needs to heal. Star card at the bottom of the deck. There's a financial wound here. And now for some of you, the financial wound could just be, I don't think I'm good enough to make money. I have all these fears and doubts and insecurities. I don't think I can be financially independent. Maybe the wound for some of you is going back to childhood. You were told that you could never do it. You're always going to need us, or you're always going to need someone. You'll never find anyone to take care of you. That would be a wound within you that you need to heal. This 3 of Swords is lingering within you, and it's something here tied to family and self-love. And self-love is all about knowing your worth. And when you know your worth and you feel confident in your ability to take care of yourself, 9 of Pentacles, because you're making your own money, you will usher into your life healthier 2 of Cup connections, whether they're platonic or romantic, and not toxic ones. That's the base of the reading here. That's how you get the 2 of Cups connection that's truly meant to be in your life. So, wow, I didn't expect the reading to go that way, but that's the direction it went in. There's healing a financial wound here that for some of you goes back to childhood. And that ushers in for you a really beautiful love connection. And if you're currently in a connection, it will just improve it. Like, identifying this wound and healing it will just improve that connection. But if you're single, identifying this wound and healing it, and obviously, still working on your finances and all that stuff, your independence, ushers in this really beautiful connection. It's almost like you won't be undecided if you're single and this new person comes in. There's no decision. You'll know immediately this is a person meant to be in my life, because they don't resemble any of the toxic traits I used to look for in a partner. I have to say, some of you Geminis have selected partners in your life solely based for their financial resources, or maybe their family's financial resource. I have to say that. So healing this wound and making yourself more financially independent ushers out those types of connections and brings in a lot more healthier ones for you. But it all begins by you loving yourself enough to work on your own finances. That is what I have for you, Gemini. Healing this wound, taking all the strength you have to heal this wound. Look at that. Will rebirth your connection in an entirely new way. That's what I have for you, my darling. That's your full moon in Leo tarot reading. If you like this message, if it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, Gemini, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Cancer. Let's see what your full moon in Leo tarot reading is. So, Cancer, this week for you, your emotions will be heightened at the time of the full moon. Any personal or professional goals that you set last July, in July 2024, can now be accomplished. So you're to utilize the energy of this full moon in Leo to redefine your professional presence and to make progress in both your real world and your virtual presence, meaning how you're seen online, making sure that that's in sync with who you really are. Tell me more. Oh, sorry. Let's get into your oracle cards. And then I felt the need to get right into tarot, but let's hold off. First oracle card, Dream Thief, refusal of the call. Card number 13. So maybe the numbers 1, 3, 4, or 13 are relevant to you. You then have release control, first quarter moon in Taurus. And your other message here is knowledge, drawing down the moon. Interesting. So yeah, some of you have this calling within yourselves to move into a new direction when it comes to career and finance, like switching industries, learning a new skill, expanding a current skill, maybe even opening up your own place, your own business, but you're refusing the call. It's almost like you're stealing from yourself the ability to make your dream come true. This could be a dream that some of you had or something that you've thought of since July of last year. And it might be because I'm afraid to learn more, or I don't think I can learn more. Tell me more about this. This is definitely a professional read for you, much like Gemini's was. It all depends on how this full moon in Leo affects all of us. And for you, it's more career focused. Tell me more about refusal of the call for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle. Thank you. Refusal of the call. Wow. Clarified by the devil. The Eight of Swords. That's a horrible combination. The Nine of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Release control. Tell me more about release control here for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle. Thank you. Well, look at you, my darling. Page of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, Seven of Cups, and the Moon. Wow. And this is right at that full moon in Leo. Tell me more about knowledge here, which I think you're doing in this Page of Wands energy here. Tell me more about knowledge here for Cancer. One more shuffle. Thank you. Knowledge is clarified by the Five of Pentacles, the Empress, Four of Cups, and the Hangman. Well, I like that you're beginning to see things in a new perspective, or you will be very soon. Bottom of the deck, the High Priestess, the Two of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. That leaves the Ten of Swords, Six of Wands to the Ten of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. So some of you have allowed negative thoughts, Eight of Swords to the Devil card, to prevent you from chasing a professional dream. Again, I can't do that, or no one in my family has ever done that, or I can't open my own business, or I'm not good enough, or I'm too old to change career paths, or I'm too old to learn something new. This is what I've always done. This is where I've always worked. This pattern is all I know, right? This is the same type of job I've always had. I've always been a cashier. Why would I apply to be a bank teller? Why not? Why not take control and take the reins as the Queen of Wands and be bold and apply for a different kind of job, or switch industries, or learn something new, or open up your own business, right? This is the entrepreneur of tarot. Some of you are keeping yourselves trapped in the same type of like career mindset here, but you're refusing the call. You're your own dream thief here, because there's something within you, High Priestess, that keeps telling you to go for it, learn that, expand that skill, open that job, change jobs, and it doesn't mean quit your job tomorrow, but see what else is out there. There's something like that. You've been holding yourself back from being the Queen of Wands professionally. Release control. Clarified by the Page of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Seven of Cups, and the Moon. I feel like in this energy of this full moon in Leo, that's exactly what you're doing. I feel like you'll begin to open yourself up to the thought, let me just discover what else is out there. Other type of job, other type of industry. What's a new skill I can learn? What about a current skill I have? Do I really know that skill inside and out? Is there more that I can learn? I feel like you're overcoming this fear and anxiety, this I can't do it, or I don't know if I'm good enough. I feel like you're overcoming it, and you'll start to look at different options. Again, Page of Wands to the Seven of Cups doesn't mean that you're starting it tomorrow. It just means that you're starting to look at different ways for you to bring this dream to life. Knowledge, clarified by the Five of Pentacles, the Empress, the Four of Cups, and the Hangman. Seeing your financial loss or failures or patterns in a new light, realizing that you can birth something new in your life professionally. You don't have to keep accepting the same type of job or the same horrible treatment from your current place of employment. Again, it's not telling you to immediately quit your job tomorrow. It's you have an opportunity in this energy of the full moon to birth a new financial future for yourself, to gain the knowledge you need to do that, to open that business, to hop into another industry, to apply for another job, instead of, again, always having to accept what's handed to you or doing what you feel people expect of you, but really not liking it. Like some of you are at a job you really don't like, or in an industry you really don't like. Some of you would prefer to be your own business owner, but you hold yourselves back. Again, this negative mindset of, I can't do it, or I don't have enough money to do it, I don't know enough to do it, but you do. I feel in the energy of the full moon, you're going to realize your intuition's going to kick in, and you're going to realize, I can do this. At the very least, I can begin to learn how I can do this, how I can better balance my money, how I can move forward, how I can maintain the job I have while also exploring ways to change the job that I have, right? The Two of Pentacles here is about balance. So again, don't have to quit the job tomorrow, but I can use my off time. I can balance my time out in a way where I'm still giving to the current job while still learning in my downtime how to leave it, how to create a plan to leave it. This Knight of Pentacles, looking at this map, how to create this plan to leave it, how to create a plan to start my own business, to put an end to what I'm doing so I can, Six of Wands, be financially victorious on my own. Wow. This is a lot of you realizing, I've been playing it small professionally. I've been playing it small because of doubts, fears, and insecurities. Either that you've been feeding into yourself, or maybe, it's just playing on repetition in your brain, because at some point other people put it in you, like, you can't do that. You're not smart enough for that. You don't have that degree. Who do you think you are? So-and-so? Like those negative comments for some of you have become part of your belief pattern, and now you believe that about yourselves. And that's what holds you back. Let's get 3 cards of advice for you. Let's get 3 cards of advice for you. I'm just going to say, and you could pin this video if you want, for those of you where this message is resonating and you actually start exploring ways to increase your knowledge, you're ending 2025 being your own business owner, or well on your way to being your own business owner, because you'll have a plan. You will have devised a plan on how to do that. If you're a current business owner, you'll find the way on how to expand your business, your brand, your services, etc. Let's get 3 cards of advice here for Cancer. One more shuffle, please, and thank you. 3 cards of advice. 3 of Wands, very future, looking out into the future. How can I expand my knowledge, expand the current business, expand my reach? 8 of Cups, so I can walk away from the job I have or the industry I'm in that no longer serves me. Page of Swords, that's your advice. Bottom of the deck, 3 of Cups. That's your advice, my darling. Find ways, Page of Swords, find ways how to expand your knowledge so you can leave behind the financial situation that you're currently in. Again, you don't abruptly quit, but you could, Page of Swords, start to acquire information, knowledge on how I can move my life forward away from this job or away from this industry. And that's what the full moon in Leo is giving you, almost a courage to say, let me just see what else is out there. Let me just see, how do I start my own business, right? Let's say you're a chef. Nothing wrong with being a chef. Maybe you want to own your own restaurant, but you've always been afraid. I don't have enough money. There's too many complexities with that. No one trusts me. My parents always said I would never be able to do that. Like, whatever, again, has been making you feel in lack, this would be your opportunity to gain knowledge. Well, what does it take to open up your own restaurant? What are the local permits? What are the county or regional laws? you know, that govern becoming a restaurateur? What's a prime location? Again, it's just discovery. It doesn't mean you're doing all this, you know, within the energy of the full moon in Leo, but it is the acquisition of information on how to do that. And again, for those of you who are doing this, I feel like you end off 2025 either being your own business owner quite successfully in the Empress energy, because you go from Queen of Wands to Empress. For others of you, you have a solid plan on how to launch that business in 2026. I really like this for you. I'm sorry if you were looking for a love reading. You could just check one of your other placements. But in respect to Cancer, this is how this full moon in Leo is affecting you. And yeah, if you harness the energy of this and like do this work, the acquisition of this information, you're making your financial dreams come true. You're no longer refusing the call. And for many of you, this means becoming the business owner that you've always wanted to become. So bravo to you. That's what I have for you, Cancer. That's your full moon in Leo tarot reading. If you like this message and it resonates with you, or you wish to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Leo. Well, this full moon in your sign will provide you with this nurturing energy within yourself, almost like a wave of nostalgia. It will allow you to process your past emotions and memories, particularly about connections which are no longer in your life. But doing so will bring you liberation and healing. And for those of you who need closure, it would usher in the closure as well. So let's see what your oracle cards are, and then we'll delve into tarot. You have unmarked trail, revelation, right? This revelation will bring to you the healing you need, or the closure, or the liberation from this. You have speak your world into being, first quarter moon in Gemini. And then you have love. Oh, wow. Day moon, love. Yeah, some of you could be feeling very nostalgic about a past connection, whether it's platonic or romantic. This is card number 57, so maybe the numbers 57 or 57 are relevant to you. Tell me more about this. Some of you will have the revelation that you want to reconnect with this person, whether it's a friend, family member, or lover. This period of nostalgic reflection. Speak your world into being. Some of you may be contacting someone that you haven't spoken to in quite some time. You're actually going to have this revelation. I need to speak to this person that I love or I loved. Again, whether it's for reconciliation or just to heal something within yourself, like to give yourself closure. Tell me more about this revelation here for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know about this revelation? One more shuffle. Thank you. This is being clarified by the Devil, the Five of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Ten of Cups. Well, well, well. Speak your world into being. Tell me more about speak your world here. Why is speak your world into being here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Speak your world into being is being clarified by the Hangman, the Temperance card, the Four of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. Love. Why is the day moon here for love? For Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Why is love here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Love is being clarified by the Ten of Swords, the Two of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Judgment card. Bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. That leaves the Knight of Pentacles to the Ten of Wands to the Knight of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. So it's basically the message that I was getting in the beginning. You have had a connection in your life. That Five of Swords to the Devil card, and now looking at the Ten of Swords and some of the other cards here. I feel like this relationship for most of you came to an end. If it hasn't completely ended, because for some of you, I feel like it has completely ended. For others of you, I feel like it's just on the precipice of ending. And this ending came with, or is coming with, a lot of conflict, a lot of toxic arguing, maybe even the exchange of like toxic or very harsh words. Devil to the Five of Swords could be like a really big argument that just, it's kind of like the straw that breaks the camel back. Like, we can come back from it. We can come back from it. We can come back from it. And then it gets to a point where like, we can't come back from this. So for some of you, I feel like this was like repetitive, and then it got to a point where just the relationship just broke. For others of you, like I said, you're on the precipice of it. However, Knight of Wands to the Ten of Cups, you still see this individual as part of your complete wish fulfillment, whether this is the friend you really want in your life or you want to keep in your life, or again, family member that you want back in your life or you want to keep in your life, or a lover. You know, who the individual is different for all of you. The one thing that the Leo collective is sharing here, again, whether it's someone who's no longer part of your life or someone who's just about to exit your life, is that you would like to take some type of inspired action here in the Knight of Wands to like reclaim this feeling, or to bring this person back into the fold, or have them be part of your Ten of Cups again. Speak your world into being. First quarter moon in Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. That's mercurial energy, and that is all about speaking or about communication. I feel like a lot of you have been holding yourselves back. So where this is a relationship from the past that has ended, Four of Pentacles to Temperance to the Hangman. That's huge stuck energy. I'm holding myself back from trying to restore balance into this connection. I'm holding myself back from contacting this person, speaking to this person. For others of you where the relationship is just ending now, whether it's in this whole big blowout of an argument or it's just kind of fading, it's kind of the same feeling. It's like you're just watching it happen. Like you're not doing anything to stop the ending. So for some of you, the ending has already occurred and you've been holding yourself back from reaching out to the person. For others of you, the ending is in progress, but you're holding yourself back from stopping the ending. I hope that's making sense to someone watching. So that Hangman to the Temperance to the Four of Pentacles, again, holding back. But then speak your world into being is clarified by the Page of Swords. So Leo, particularly because this is your full moon, there's an opportunity here for you to connect, or I should say, to reconnect with this person from the past, whomever they are to you. For others of you where this person is slowly exiting your life at this time, or just exiting it in general, again, there's an opportunity here for you in that energy of the full moon in your sign to actually say, no, I don't want this to end. Because if you're still seeing this person as the Ten of Cups, then you don't want the connection to end. And I'll give you a quick example using my own life. I remember being a teenager, like 18 years old, and I thought he was the one, you know, I was so in love with him. But when the relationship finally came to an end, even though leading up to the relationship and of course during the majority of the relationship, to me, like he was my Ten of Cups. He was my complete emotional fulfillment, however I define that as an 18 year old. Like whatever those boxes were in my head of the ideal partner, again, looking back as an 18-year-old, much different than what I deemed to be a good partner now at 50. But again, using this example of my own life, when I finally exited that connection, he was no longer my Ten of Cups. At no point after the relationship ending did I ever have that feeling for him again. That's different than what I'm seeing for you now. Whether this person, like I said, previously exited your life or is in the process of exiting your life, they're still part of your Ten of Cups. So that obviously is a very strong feeling of love that you have for this person, regardless of who they are. And so you do have the opportunity here. Again, should you choose to take it, you have the divine gift of free will, but in the energy of the full moon in your sign to communicate this to this individual. Now, the love card is being clarified, interestingly enough, by the Ten of Swords. So this love connection either, like I said, came to an end or is about to come to an end. Two of Wands, sitting at this crossroads, right? Do I say anything to this person that I lost? Do I say anything now before I lose them? Do I discuss this ending or do I just let it happen, right? Two of Wands. Which path do I go down? The path where I stop the ending or I go back and try to undo the ending? Or do I just stay on the path where it's over and done with and I keep quiet? I feel like for most of you, you're deciding not to keep quiet. Seven of Swords to the Judgment card. Again, the Seven of Swords gets such a bad rap in tarot. But when we're talking on emotional type of reading here, this type of connection, Seven of Swords is I've been holding myself back. And this is what I've been holding on to. I've been holding on to the Five of Swords, right? Because in the Seven of Swords card, there's Two of Swords. The, I don't know if I want to confront this, is here in the background. I'm holding on to the Five of Swords, which is what brought the connection to an end. So a lot of you have been holding yourselves back again because you're holding on to, it's a very stubborn energy. I'm holding on to the words that were said or the actions that were taken or the words that weren't said by the other person. And so I'm still holding on to that. You're still holding on to the ending while simultaneously not wanting the ending, whether it happened in the past or currently happening. I hate to laugh, and it's a very heavy subject, so I'm certainly not laughing at you or your situation. But there has been this, I'm holding on to what happened. Now, this reading isn't for your person. It's for you. So I can't speak to what they're doing or why they're doing. But if this ended some time ago and neither of you have reached out to one another to reconcile this, I mean, and if they're feeling this way, I don't know. Again, it's not a personal reading. But then this would be a complete mirroring effect where both of you are holding on to the last straw that broke the camel's back, and because of that, I'm not moving forward. I'm not contacting you. You're not contacting me. I'm not saying anything about this impending ending, and you're not saying anything about the impending ending. Well, if no one says anything, then the ending stands or the ending happens. This is where I see you. Again, should you choose to take this opportunity, this would be the opportune time for you to reach out to this person. Judgment, listening to the inner calling, whether it's to clarify what happened and get closure for you and them so you can move on. For others of you, it's to stop the ending, to say your piece. Wait a minute, I know this happened, but I still love you. You still check every box. I as difficult as this is, I want to work through it if you're willing to work through it, right? Because at the end of the day, you're still my ideal friend, my ideal family member, my ideal lover, et cetera, et cetera. So I do see here, again, most of you making the judgment call to contact this person. Seven of Wands to the Five of Wands to the Eight of Wands. Will you have some boundaries and be a bit guarded? Yep, absolutely, cross-watcher. If you're watching this, don't expect Leo to just come in showering you with, all of this love, even though they still hold a lot of love for you. I'm just speaking to the cross-watcher. And there's still a need here for you to have healthy boundaries in this connection. Whether you keep the connection, you reconnect with this past person, you decide to just have closure and maybe stay, if this was lovers, like we're just going to stay as friends, or if you even reconnect or reconcile. My grandfather used to say fences make for good neighbors. Well, boundaries make for good partners. They really do. So regardless of what happens after this contact, there definitely is a need here for you to have boundaries. And because this is future projected now at the bottom of the deck, I do see most of you doing that. Five of Wands, though, there's still a need, I shouldn't say a need, a desire within you, within most of you, to want to have some kind of conflict with this person. Not the Five of Swords. Five of Wands is downgraded, but it's almost like maybe some of you want to speak your piece. Maybe some of you want to explain. This could also be a little fear here that what if this communication turns into another fight or escalates quickly? I do see you here. I want to say verbal jousting with this person because I do think that you end up contacting them. Eight of Wands again. So the Page of Swords, contact, the judgment call, making the determination or the decision to contact them. And then the Eight of Wands is contact. But Five of Wands to the Eight of Wands, I feel like there will be a lot of back and forth with this individual. If that Five of Wands escalates to another Five of Swords, I don't know. That's entirely up to you. But I feel like the progress is slow. Knight of Pentacles, there's a lot of burdens for you and this individual. Either you or this other person will be conveying that. Knight of Swords is here at the bottom of the deck. So you're contacting them. Again, for those of you who contact this person, I think it's slow. I think it has a potential to escalate if you're trying to rehash the old stuff. So if this is someone you're looking to reconnect or reconcile with, I would say to not jump right back into what caused the separation in the first place or what is causing it if it's happening right now, especially if you're looking to reconnect. Look, if you're not looking to reconnect and you're looking for closure, have at it. I can't move on with my life because I still need you to address A, B, C, D. If that's what you need, okay. Just know there's a potential there for it to get a little heated. The individual I feel that you're contacting, again, whoever they are to you, I feel like communication from them is slow. Knight of Pentacles. I also think it's a heavy lift for them. So, and that was kind of giving me the feeling why there might be some type of mirroring happening, because for you, you're still focused on the Ten of Swords. They're still focused on the Ten of Wands. So it's a heavy lift almost for them to like respond back to you, but they do. Knight of Swords, they do. I think they're just as guarded as you are. That's what I have for you, my dear. I'm going to get you 3 cards of advice, but it looks like, again, for some of you, this full moon in your sign on the 12th, and again, it's the energy of it. So it's several days before and, you know, a good week afterwards, is this revelation of, I have to say something. I have to say something to the person I lost or the person I'm about to lose, because at the end of the day, 10 of Cups to the Love card, I love them despite what happened here. And it's that feeling inside of, I have to express that love, even if they shut the door on me. I just kind of have to say my piece. That's, and look, maybe for some of you, you just want closure in that respect. I think they do too. I do. I think this separation or impending separation is just as burdensome for them as it has been for you. I'm not saying they're right. I'm not saying you're right. I just, you know, typically when we look at someone as the 10 of Cups, there's something mutual there, right? Think about all of the people you have in your life. Not everyone fits into the 10 of Cups. So typically when you get to that part, you know, that level of love, there's something there from the other person. You're not feeling 10 of Cups for the person who lives 20 blocks away from you and you've never met them. They're not part of your 10 of Cups. You know, you don't wish them bad, you don't wish them harm, but they're not part of your 10 of Cups, nor are you part of theirs. Neither of you know that the other exists. So for you to have 10 of Cup love energy for this person, there has to be something there from their side. I hope I'm making sense with that. So in that respect, I do feel the impending ending or the complete ending, if it happened in the past, is just as burdensome for them as it has been for you. Maybe a different degree, maybe a different level, but there's some reason here why this ending happened, and neither has really communicated much with the other. Because if you have been communicating with this person, you wouldn't have this urge or feeling to contact them now. Let's get 3 cards of advice here for Leo. 3 cards of advice for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle now. Thank you. You have the Death card, which again is your opportunity to get the closure you need and end it once and for all. Or if it's currently ending, to speak your truth. This is no longer working for me as much as I love you. Or our relationship is ending, but I love you and I really don't want it to end. Again, that Death card could be, we're getting closure and we're bolting the door and it's done, or I want to revisit this again. It could be death. It could be an ending for a new beginning, for a rebirth. You have the 3 of Swords. There's an ability here to bring an end to the heartache. Very interesting cards. And the Moon. Oh my God. And the Moon. So again, within the energy of this full moon in Leo, it can't be any clearer. You have the ability to end the heartache in this connection by either giving, both parties here the closure they need to move on, or to rebirth the connection and heal it. Bottom of the deck, we have the Empress to the Magician to the 4 of Wands. This can go any way for you. I feel like, again, the Empress is the card of birth. So you have the ability here to rebirth this connection, to manifest it, and to have this person as part of your 4 of Wands, as part of your happiness. The decision is yours to make. The judgment call here is yours to make. Does the other person have the divine gift of free will to accept your communication? They do. And they don't have to respond, although I feel like they do. I do feel like they do. But for those of you who are looking for real reconciliation, I'm just going to caution you to watch that 5 of Wands. You might not have the opportunity to rebirth this connection if your first communication is, why did that happen last week, last month, last year, 10 years ago? Right? I don't know how long it's been since you've talked to this person. So that might not be what you want. That might not be how you want to lead, right? 5 of Wands to 8 of Wands. That might not be the way you want to lead the conversation, off the bat. But yeah, there's definitely a chance here to, like I said, bring the closure that both parties need. And this could be within a family dynamic, right? It doesn't just have to be you and one person. This could be maybe like you argued with 4 of your siblings. You have the ability here to just give everyone the closure they need, or to rebirth that connection that you have with your siblings. Again, the choice is yours, but that's what I have for you, Leo. Big message here for the Leo collective. The ability to bring closure to a situation, or to reconnect with someone, or maybe to even just stop the ending. At the end of the day, you love this person. It's a revelation you're having, and most of you will be speaking that into existence within the energy of the full moon. That's what I have for you, my darling. If you like this message, it resonates with you, or you wish to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Virgo. The energy of the full moon will be highlighting your friendships and your social networks. Some of you will feel the need to get more connected with the people in your life, reconnect with past people, mostly friendships. And for others of you, expanding your connections with people online through various social networks. Most of you, though, however, will be focusing on fulfilling your dreams. Whatever that dream or those dreams mean to you, it's different for all of you. So let's get into your oracle cards, and then we'll delve in a bit into these messages using tarot. Your first message, we have repairing the veil, forgiveness. Okay. Your Moonology card here, we have assess the situation, first quarter moon in Virgo in your sign. And your other Moonology card here is accept responsibility. Oof. The moon's reflection. Interesting. Don't get mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? And don't throw your phone across the room or your tablet, whatever you're watching this on. Some of you may consider repairing a connection. I get the feeling here that you weren't 100% innocent in a particular connection, mostly like a friendship that has ended in your life. Now, this could be with a lover that you deem to be a friend, or, you know, maybe started as friends. But I just feel like here there's a need here for you, again, please don't get mad at me, to maybe accept responsibility for the ending. Whether this person is still in your life because you've reconnected since the ending. For others of you, this could be like the connection is done and over with, but you've been struggling to move on from it. There might be a need here for you to like not just forgive that person and give yourself closure, but to like forgive yourself for maybe your part in what transpired here. So in regards to this connection, whatever it is for you, friend, family member, lover, there's almost like a need here for you to assess the situation on how or why you went wrong, what your role in that was, if any. And for most of us, when a relationship comes to an end, regardless of who that other party is, we played a part in it, right? It takes two people to make a relationship, two people to break it, even if it's just a friendship or a connection you have with your neighbor. So yeah, there's a need here in that respect for you to assess this connection. I feel like this is more about forgiving yourself, accepting responsibility for your part in this, and forgiving yourself so you can move on. Star card, so you can heal and move on. Tell me more about repairing the veil here. Tell me more about forgiveness. This is card number 45. So maybe the numbers 4, 5, 9, or 45 are relevant to you. Tell me more about repairing the veil here for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Thank you. First card out, 10 of Cups, followed by the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the 10 of Wands. Tell me more about assess the situation here for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know about assess the situation? One more shuffle. Okay, thank you. Interesting, the cards that are coming out of your deck. 8 of Pentacles, Temperance, 8 of Wands, 3 of Swords. Accept responsibility. Tell me more about accept responsibility here for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know about accept responsibility? One more shuffle. Thank you. Accept responsibility is being clarified by the Magician, which is you. It's Gemini also, but it's your reading. Magician, 2 of Pentacles, the Fool, and the 4 of Cups. Okay, bottom of the deck, 5 of Swords, Ace of Wands, and the 5 of Cups. That leaves the Devil to the Judgment card, to the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I feel like whoever this individual is, friend, family member, lover, you held and continue to hold a lot of love for this person, even if they're no longer in your life, like this connection ended or faded for whatever reason. I do feel here that it's a heavy lift. I'm not going to lie. It's a heavy lift to forgive the person and to forgive yourself even for this situation. but there is a way for you to achieve this. Instead of pointing the finger, please don't be mad at me, constantly at the other person about why this ended. There's a need here to go inside to assess the situation and see, what did I do? What was my role? Communications I did, actions I took, actions I didn't take. There was something here that you contributed to this ending or the heartache in the connection. Even if the connection didn't end, maybe you just had a really horrible fight and this person is still in your life, but you never were really fully able to get over the heartache, even though you still interact with them or you love them or they're still, you're still talking to this family member or this friend or this lover. Again, I don't know who this person is. It's different for all of you. But there was something that you said or did that contributed to it. I'm not saying it's 100% your fault. I'm saying there was something here that you contributed to. I'm just going to throw this out there. I mean, for some of you, again, regardless of who this person is, friend, family member, or lover, I feel like one of the issues why this connection didn't have staying power or has had some issues is this person is too inconsistent in your life, or for some of you, you're inconsistent in theirs. So one of the parties here was terribly inconsistent while the other person showed up all the time. Somebody was the Knight of Wands and somebody was the Knight of Pentacles. For others of you, one person wanted the connection to be solid, Knight of Pentacles, and the other one maybe didn't take it as seriously. You can reverse the roles because all of your stories are uniquely different to you. But that seems to have been the burden here in the connection. Two knights going in different directions, both in the same connection, both wanting something different. If this is a love ship, I want to play the field. I'm looking for someone to marry or settle down with. If this is a friendship, I'm just looking for someone to hang out on a Friday night and have a fun time. Well, I'm looking for a friend who shows up at 10 in the morning and helps me move a couch. So it's almost like two people existed in this connection. And even though you're both in the same connection, what drifted apart or what helped or aided in drifting the two of you apart is you both wanting different things, or both of you just showed up in the relationship differently. And that was very burdensome here. There's almost a need here for you to forgive this other person. I know some of you are going to say no, but it's possible here that regardless of whether or not you were the Knight of Wands in this connection or the Knight of Pentacles, you fail to see that this person was the opposite. It's like you were hoping they would have been what you were, and you failed to see that. And that would have been a red flag, but you failed to see that red flag, or you didn't want to see it, or you pretended you didn't see it, or you made excuses when you saw it. So I kind of feel like there's a need here, again, if you want to do it, to forgive yourself for either not realizing it sooner, not wanting to acknowledge it, or just maybe just not wanting to accept the fact that this person that you were in this connection with, or maybe some of you still are in this connection, just wanted or want different things for the connection. And there's a need here to say, yeah, I knew that, or that person said that to me. I'll give you an example, Virgo. I dated someone before I met Tony, which Tony was my first husband. My only husband, but first and last husband as of right now. But before him, I dated this guy, and I really liked him. Did I think he was 10 of cups? No, but he had the potential to be. He was definitely 9 of cup level, right? But he, and I thought he was just so amazing. But I can almost like relate this to my connection with Steve, where I was the Knight of Pentacles at that point. In my early 20s, I was looking for someone who was solid and steady and wanted to build a connection and wanted to go the distance, and he was the Marine, freshly out of the Corps, wanting to just have a good time. And I really wanted him to be this. And I constantly saw him as the Knight of Pentacles. But the reality was he was a Knight of Wands. And so a lot of the arguments that we had was his failure to show up as a Knight of Pentacles. But he had told me over and over again, now at 50, I can look back and say, yeah, it was me. It was me, because I knew what I was getting involved with. He made it clear he was not looking to settle down. He made it clear that we were not exclusive to him, even though we were exclusive to me. You know, it just, he was not exclusive. And, you know, the 20-something-year-old kid in me, and I say that because at 50, anyone in their 20s is a kid, so don't get offended if you're in your 20s watching this. But you know, I can look back now and say, he didn't really lie to me. Although at the time I felt so deceived, because I was like, wow, I have my crap together. I'm working 2 jobs. I pulled myself up by my bootstraps. For just like years before that, I had been homeless. Some of you have heard that story before. And now I'm 20 years old, 21 years old, and I have a beachfront apartment, and I'm making, you know, I started making good money, and I'm living in Hollywood, Florida, and I'm living the dream, right? And I'm involved in like the local theater. And I thought, like, I'm a really good, responsible person. I'm not drinking. I'm not on drugs. I picked myself up by the bootstraps. I had 2 very sensible jobs, hardworking jobs, but they paid me well. I was able to have a nice apartment. I drove around a decent car. And I thought, like, for my age, I was a hell of a catch. I wanted to get married. I wanted to settle down. I didn't want to play the field. But I started, at the time, was so like mad at him. Like, don't you see my value? Don't you see my worth? Like, I bring a lot to the table. And I did, as a 20 or 21-year-old. I did. But that's not what he was interested in. And, you know, the relationship ended up falling apart. He ended up with someone else. Ironically, 15 years later, he contacted me and through Facebook and admitted he made the wrong choice. And I didn't take him back at that point. I was married and the marriage was doing okay. But it took me 15 years to get that closure from him. But anyway, that's my story, not yours. But I'm kind of getting the same feeling here. Whatever connection this was, friend, family member, or lover, one of you wanted something solid and one of you didn't. And regardless of which one you are here, there's a need here for you to forgive yourself that you didn't see that in the beginning, or you failed to see it. Assess the situation. Really look at this connection and see what was your involvement in like destabilizing it, or adding to the chaos or the confusion. Were there certain things you said or didn't say that contributed to this 3 of Swords? Did you want the connection to move too fast and they were not ready, or vice versa? You know, did you, you know, it's just, again, it's not blaming you. It's you taking ownership of your part of the 3 of Swords. Because, you know, at the time when it ended with him, I was so mad at him. Like, it was all his fault. But years later, and even now, I could look back and say, no, we were just 2 people who were very attracted to one another. But that's where it ended. And he kind of was letting me know what he wanted out of a connection. And just because I wanted more doesn't mean he did. And so I wanted the connection to move forward, and I wanted certain things to develop in it. So I kind of contributed to my own heartbreak there, having the assumption that he would want the same thing that I wanted, or creating these expectations for him that he was never going to rise up to. He was never going to rise to that occasion. It wasn't within him, because he was in the connection for an entirely different reason than I was. And so in that respect, there's a need here for you to assess the situation and say, yeah, that was my fault. Whatever I said, or whatever I did, or whatever I wanted, or whatever expectations I had, did not meet that person where they were at. Accepting responsibility. It's not an easy thing to do, but it's the only way for you to move forward, unfortunately. Even if this connection is long gone and ended. This may have ended for you, let's say 10 years ago, and maybe you've had a string of failed relationships since then. It could be because energetically, there's still something, I don't want to call it toxic, but there's still some underlying current within you about this 3 of Swords that maybe prevents you from really entering another relationship. Again, I just feel like all of your connections, platonic and romantic, will strengthen if you're able to look at all the connections in your life, the ones that have ended, friends, family members, and lovers, and assess your role in it. Accept that responsibility to yourself, and then give yourself the forgiveness and grace you need. That's where your new beginning comes in. That's when you can manifest what it is that you want, a more balanced connection. That's your new beginning in love. even if this is currently, like, if this is your current situation with a friend, family member, or lover, there's still a need here for you to assess the situation and realize that this person is only capable of giving you this. And even though you want this, they're just not going to be able to meet you. Are they going to be able to meet you a year from now or 10 years from now? Maybe, but right now they can't. So this feeling of rejection that some of you have had with this relationship or a string of relationships could be from, I hate to say, but could be from your failure to acknowledge that you and whoever the counterpart is or the counterparts are on totally different pages. So it wasn't only so much, it's not that you were being rejected. And I think some of you took it personally, which we all do, right, when things end. But it wasn't that you were being rejected. It's that what you wanted was being rejected because what you wanted wasn't in sync with what they wanted. And I think you took it personally. Obviously, who wouldn't, right? But it's not that you were being rejected. It's that what you wanted was being rejected. Five of Swords to the Ace of Wands to the Five of Cups. I feel like this is all internal to you. This is kind of what's stifling a new beginning. Now, I can tell you as someone who's kind of been there, like with different connections and friendships and stuff in my life, it's your breakthrough will usually come right after you do this. So if this message isn't resonating for you, that's okay. It's just not your reading. Check another placement. But for the Virgos where you have felt stifled, because I'll give you another example. I have had professional goals or financial goals for myself that I could not move forward on, no matter how much effort I put into them. And a lot of it was emotional and energetic blocks because of Three of Sword connections, even if it was just with a friend. You don't realize how much energy you pour into that when you're not even realizing it. So I almost feel like it frees you up. Like it's a way for you to really heal the wound, like once and for all. It's almost like creative new passion projects or starting a new business, or if you have a business, it expanding. This, Ace of Wands could even be like you learning a musical instrument or wanting to learn tarot or another type of hobby or revisit a hobby. Could also be having a new passionate beginning in a relationship. I kind of feel like for you, it's flanked by Five of Swords and Five of Cups. The conflict and loss of this past connection or these past connections in your life. It's almost like if you can give closure to yourself on that, all you're left with is the creative new beginning of the Ace of Wands. I think you'll see your productivity increase, more passion projects, even if it's just like, okay, I'm gonna start sprucing up my apartment or sprucing up my house. Or I just feel like this has been an energetic weight and it's been holding down this new beginning, or you finding love, or having just even, because some of you are single. It's just a feeling I'm getting. Some of you are single. You don't even want to date as much as you want someone. It's like you almost can't be bothered. And that's a good thing. Don't get me wrong. Independence is a great thing, but not when your independence is something you're settling for. And you're settling for it because having a passionate new beginning in love is being stifled by the conflict and loss of a past connection. I hope that's making sense for someone watching. Like, yeah, I'm independent and I'm doing my own thing, but deep down inside, if you had an honest discussion with yourself, you're like, I really would like a passionate new beginning in love. But I'm afraid of Five of Swords and Five of Cups. So it's almost like this past hurt holds you back from the new beginning. But part of that past hurt is not accepting your responsibility for the role of that ending. Take them as just how they resonate to you. But I just feel like for some of you, it's been a block, either creatively or launching your own business or learning a new skill, or maybe even finding a new love partner. It's just hit me different when I saw the Ace of Wands flanked by the fighting and the loss that I feel came from this connection ending. Or if you're currently in the connection, all the stress and strife of the connection because two people want two different things in the connection. So yeah, you definitely could use the energy of this full moon to have an honest conversation with yourself, to assess this connection or connections, to identify your role in it, accept that responsibility to yourself, and forgive yourself for it. And if you're still in the connection with this person, and I just did this today with my person, I was actually earlier in the day, we didn't have a very good start to the day, and I had a little bit of an argument last night and then earlier today. And as much as I wanted to 100% blame him, because it's so much easier to blame the other person, let's be real, once he stopped by and we were able to talk about it, I realized I was wrong. I was wrong. I immediately jumped the gun because of past hurts, which have occurred in our connection and in other connections I've been in. And I automatically assumed that he was lying to me. And I made this poor man jump through hoops to prove that he wasn't. And he did it. And he did it because he loves me dearly. And, you know, we're over 4 years together now. But I can't tell you the look on his face when he realized that I realized I was wrong. And I had to accept responsibility, not just to myself. I had to say it to him. I had to 8 of Wands it and say it to him. So, you know, if you're still in the connection with this friend, family member, or lover, I'll tell you, there's nothing more freeing and humbling than to look that person in the eye and say, I've assessed what took place. I'm not telling you that you're 100% right, but I want to accept responsibility for where I wasn't right, for where I was wrong. And yeah, I'm asking you for your forgiveness. If you're still in this connection and you really do want to heal it, I think that would be the most mature way to go about it. Look, I'm a Gemini. It's not easy for us to admit when we're wrong, and he's a Gemini too. So, you know, we both can get in that I'm right, you know, very King and Queen of Swords, right? Not emotional, which turns into 5 of Swords, right? Turns into arguing between us. But I had to admit today I was wrong. And I could have just kept it to myself and not said anything because he loves me and bought me a box of chocolates. So I could have just left it there. But the right thing to do to bring this Ace of Wands back into the relationship was to say, you're right. You're right. I am wrong. And I have to accept responsibility for my part in that. Otherwise, what happened this morning, even if he just, you know, bought me a box of chocolates and we would have left it there, it still would have affected the connection for him and for me, even if we left it unspoken. So if you're in this connection and you do want to save it and you do want to heal it, there's a need here then for you to accept that responsibility the way I did. I mean, you don't have to, but it would help. I just want to see what fell out. The moon. Well, there you go. That's your full moon in Leo message there. Let's get 3 cards of advice here for Virgo. 3 cards of advice for Virgo. Thank you. 3 of Wands. One more shuffle now, please, and thank you. 3 of Wands came out of the deck. The Ace of Cups. My God, and the 6 of Cups. Clearly a soulmate, soul bond connection. Again, if you're not talking to this person anymore, your gateway to love and loving yourself again and being able to move forward in a new connection is your ability to forgive the past and to forgive your role in that past connection ending. And if this person is still in your life, the only way for the 2 of you to truly move forward together is for you to assess the situation where you went wrong, to offer this Ace of Cups, this apology to this person, similarly like the way I did earlier. Bottom of the deck, 7 of Pentacles to the 6 of Wands to the 7 of Cups to the 9 of Pentacles. A little bit of investment can go a long way to clearing up a confusing situation, both for you and for this other person. And like I said, even if they're not in your life, there's victory in you, 7 of Pentacles, assessing this situation and seeing like all the ways that maybe you went wrong, that maybe you didn't see it before. Maybe you were under 7 of Cups. You know, we get so angry in that moment. We just want to blame the other person for everything. I get it. I've been there. I was just there this morning. So I totally get that. But in investing in a little bit of humility and a little bit of really looking within is true victory for you, whether this person is still in your life or not. That's what I have for you, Virgo. That is your full moon in Leo tarot reading. Forgiving yourself for the role or roles that you played in your various connections that have come to an end, or maybe a current connection that's kind of hobbling along. It's being the Nine of Pentacles, right? Which we have right here. It's being the solid, steady person, being able to look at the situation and say, yeah, that part is my fault. There's nothing wrong in doing that. So that's what I have for you, my darling. If you like this message and it resonated with you, or you wish to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Libra. Let's see what your full moon in Leo tarot reading is all about. Now, for you, Libra, this full moon in Leo will be highlighting your professional endeavors. If you've been feeling like unfulfilled in your career, the full moon could lead you to some new opportunities should you choose to take advantage of them or look for them or explore them. So let's see what your oracle cards are, and then we'll delve more into your message with Tower. We have closing door. Some of you very well could be looking for new financial opportunities. This is card number 5. Maybe the number 5 is relevant to you, but in numerology, 5 is all about change. You also have new moon in Libra. Oh my God, that's your sign. You know that you are loved. And then you also have here moon maybe, intuition. I'm just going to throw this out there for probably one person watching. Some of you stay at a job, and again, I'm going to gear this towards professional because that's what this full moon in Leo is highlighting for you, right? Your professional sector. Some of you maybe stay at a job because the people that love you or depend on you need you to stay at that job. Let me see if I can make sense of that message. You don't really like the job, but it pays well, and you're the sole breadwinner of your family. Just an example. You wish you could do anything else in the world. What you're doing isn't remotely close to when you were a kid. Remember when we were kids and we said, when I grow up, I want to be blank. I want to do this. And yes, that changes throughout the years. But the feeling I'm getting here is that some of you have settled for a career path or an industry or a job because it's like, well, this is where I am now. Or I can't find another job to make that kind of money to support the family or support my kids or to support my spouse. There's just, again, it's not for all of you, but that's just kind of like a little side message that came in. And I remember feeling this way, you know, when I was a little kid growing up and stuff. I never was like, oh, I can't wait to own a business one day with my husband and get stuck in an office all day crunching numbers, right? Like that's typically not the dream of anyone growing up. Let's be honest. It's a little bit monotonous. It's a bit of a boring job. But there I was for a good portion of my married life, supporting him in his business, which I didn't mind doing at the time, but I ended up becoming resentful with that. And I think that contributed to the downfall of the marriage in some way, was a resentment of, I have to do this. It's not my dream. It's not my goal. I had to give those up, but I have to support him in this endeavor. I have to lend my talents and skills to his dream. And there could be something like that here where some of you are feeling a calling. And again, it doesn't have to be because of a spouse, just an example I'm using. But some of you could be feeling a calling within, like I'm X years old and I'm really not doing what I would really love to do in my life, regardless of whether or not you have dependents or not. So yeah, some of you are contemplating closing a door on a career path. And just, again, I don't mean abruptly, you know, quitting your job on the 12th, on February 12th with this new moon, but you could start getting this feeling of, is there more out there? Should, you know, maybe I want to look for another job or a little side gig or pick up a hobby, something that just makes me happy. Tell me more about this closing door, the completion card here for Libra. One more shuffle, please, Anne. Thank you. What do we have, Libra? We have the 9 of Swords. We have the 5 of Cups. We have the Ace of Swords. And we have the 4 of Cups. Look, if it's not your reading, it's not your reading. But this is clearly a message for someone watching. Tell me more about you know or know you are loved here for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know about know you are loved? One more shuffle. Thank you. This is being clarified by the 10 of Wands. Knight of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Page of Cups. Wow, I could feel the heaviness some of you have. I feel like my breathing is becoming more labored. Tell me more about intuition here for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know about intuition? One more shuffle. Thank you. Intuition clarified by Eight of Swords, Seven of Wands, Knight of Swords, Three of Swords. Whew. Bottom of the deck, there's your intuition, your High Priestess, to the Fool, the New Beginning, and the Tower. I have to clarify the Tower. Look, this isn't going to be a reading for every Libra, so if you want to check another placement, you're welcome to do that. But since this full moon in Leo is highlighting your professional sector, this reading is right on point to the intuitive hit I was getting at the start of your reading. Some of you are work within an industry or on a career path or have a job because it sounds good or it brings in the money you need to take care of yourself or your household, or having that job makes your parents proud of you, or you're in the same like family business type of thing because, you know, that's what your brothers do or your sisters do, or this is my spouse's company. There's something like that here, but it's not actually satisfying what you want to do for a living. It's like, well, I've been an accountant for 30 years and I can't suddenly give that up and become a chef. Why not? Why not? The people who love you are going to love you regardless of whether or not you are an accountant or a sous chef, right? The true people who love you will support you in your dream. I feel like some of you have compromised your dream to keep other people in your life happy. Mom and dad, your spouse, your family, for a variety of reasons. Cultural reasons. This is the family business. This is what girls do in the family. This is what guys do in the family. Again, the reason behind this is different for all of you. But the one thing you all have in common is, I shouldn't say all of you, for the people resonating with this, being on a career path or in a job that you really don't want to be in. And this is something you think about all the time. Nine of Swords to the Five of Cups, to the Ace of Cups, to the Four of Cups. It's your truth. This is your truth. I really don't want to be at this job. I really don't want to be an accountant. For nothing against accountants. I was an accounts payable auditor for many years, so I'm not slamming accounting. So please don't take offense if you're an accountant. I use that as an example. But you know this. This is a quiet truth within you. You're doing something now for a living that if you actually had a choice, you would reject it. Four of Cups. You would walk away from it if you had a choice. And some of you feel bound that I have to do it. Where am I going to go now? I've been at this place for X amount of years. Or if I said something now, my family would never talk to me again. Or my spouse would feel like I'm not supporting them. How would I put food on the table? Again, your reasons are different. I can't do that. It goes against my culture. It goes against my religion. Or, you know, there's just something like that here. But you're so miserable at the heart of it. And that's your truth. It's almost like a secret truth. High Priestess, you keep this quiet, most of you. You show up to work every day, but you don't really tell many people how much you wish you could just close the door on it and do something entirely different. Well, you can. Know you are loved is being clarified by the Ten of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Page of Cups. There you go. Because this is a very heavy lift for you. This job, I'm speaking to a Libra or a Libra placement where your job is a heavy lift. It's slow. And I don't mean slow like you're not busy. I mean like the growth of it. It's boring. Knight of Pentacles in a job reading. Yeah, it's steady and consistent income, but the expansion within the company is so slow, it's almost non-existent. It's like, I don't know, being the operator to a hotel, right? I'm going to start, and I did that job once many years ago as a teenager. Started off as a PBX operator, I think they called it at the time, answering all the telephone lines for a hotel. If I would have stayed at that job, I would still be doing that. I would still be doing that 40 years later, 30 years later. There was no growth in that position, in that job. It was very slow. Did it pay me well? Was it consistent? Absolutely. Had the same shift, 5 days a week. Like, yeah, very consistent, very steady. almost zero growth, no real intellectual stimulation. I'm not knocking phone operators. Like I said, I did it for quite some time. But there's no, it's not an Ace of Wands job where it's creative and exciting. You know, it's not a Knight of Wands job where you're learning new things and you're expanding and you're running around. And no, it's the same, you know, thank you for calling blah, blah, blah resort. How may I direct your call? You know, that gets very monotonous and it becomes a heavy lift. So again, I'm not speaking to all of you, I'm just speaking to a group of you where the job you have is steady and consistent, but man, it's a heavy lift. If you could reject it, you would. Two of Swords, and you think about it a lot. I don't know if I should. It does pay me well. I've been here a long time. I'm too old. I can't learn something new. I'm 5 years from retirement. I can't change things now. Sure you can. Page of Cups. Page of Cups. You don't have to quit your job tomorrow. You don't have to make a big announcement to the family tomorrow that you want to do something different. Just inquire. Pages are inquisitive. Just see what other cups, financial opportunities are out there for you. You can do it on the down low, High Priestess. No one needs to know. Just see what else is out there. Want to become a chef? What does it take to become a chef? What licenses do you need? What classes do you need to take? Just inquire. That's what the full moon in Leo is asking you to do, Libra. Just inquire. You don't have to make any radical departures or big announcements. Just inquire. Your intuition card, clarified by the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Three of Swords. Just inquire. I think some of you are even just afraid to look what else is out there. And I think it's because you know you'll find something way more professionally attractive to you that will almost force your hand to leave where you're at. And that will be a Three of Swords moment for your job or your family or your spouse or your partner or whomever that you're keeping this job for. I'm specifically speaking to a group of Libras who keep a job they really don't want for what it looks like, the title. I need that money. I'm afraid I can't make it elsewhere. Just look. You can. Just look. I stay there because I don't want to disappoint my family. You know, this is kind of like the Libra who maybe you receive financial assistance to go to school for a particular degree. And now that you have attained it, you're like, well, I really don't want to be a veterinarian. But how am I going to tell my family that they helped me with my loans or they helped me, you know what I mean, pay for my schooling? There's almost like a shame, but like I can't say that I don't want it, even though intuitively I know that it's not for me. But I don't want to break hearts by saying that. Just look. Knight of Swords. Just see what's out there. High Priestess to the Fool to the Tower. You don't have to tell anyone that you're contemplating this new beginning professionally. You don't have to create a tower moment in your life by announcing this to everyone. You don't have to tell your job, I'm sick and tired of working here. I'm going to look to see if I can, you know, enter a new industry or go work for your competitor. Or you don't have to, you can, this new beginning of yours professionally is yours. And you don't have to trigger that tower moment until you're ready. You're in control of this. I think somewhere along the line, you were led to believe you don't control or shouldn't have say on what you do for a living or where you work. Some of you are trapped. You feel trapped by this job or this industry. Again, you don't have to pull the trigger and do it now. You don't. Just inquire. And when you make this shift, which most of you will end up doing, most, not all, most of you will just inquire and you'll find something better or something else that piques your interest and you'll learn that and then you'll end up closing the door on this job. It's not going to happen, you know, in a week. I'm not telling you that, but most of you are going to end up having this, I don't want to work here anymore. You'll end up giving your notice or having this discussion with the family or whatever it is, changing jobs. That's kind of how I feel. Like most of you will eventually do that. But for now, you can just stay quiet. High Priestess is it's a kind of like a card of secrecy. Bottom of the deck, Six of Cups. You don't have to tell family and friends, again, all your soulmate, soul bond connections, what you're contemplating. This is just the groundwork stage. Just get the information. What will it cost to learn this or expand my current skill? Or maybe you like your job, but you hate the company you work for. just inquire. Are companies similar to that hiring your position? And what's that pay? You don't even have to apply just yet, although once you start seeing what's out there, you will. I'm telling you, you will, and that's when you make the shift to move. But some of you are kind of having fear hold you back. And again, your message here, you don't have to do it. Divine gift of free will. Just see what's out there. Page of Cups. See what other people would offer you. Just get the information. Let's get 3 cards of advice here for Libra. One more shuffle now, please, and thank you. Your advice, the world. Put an end to this. Not immediately. Wheel of Fortune, have a new cycle in your life, one that you're happy and proud of. Ace of Wands, your passionate new beginning. Can't make it up. You saw me shuffle. Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. 9 of Pentacles is a very independent, autonomous energy. I will do what I want to do, what makes me happy. It needs to be financially fulfilling to the 9 of Pentacles person. Absolutely, right? You're not leaving your job to, look, I'm not knocking anyone that has a lower grade job. Please don't take it that way. We all start off somewhere in life, but you're not leaving. This is not the divine saying to you, leave a $250,000 a year job to go work for the equivalent of $5 US a year. Not that that's our minimum wage. It's higher than that, but you get the point I'm saying. That's not, no, you can be financially sufficient and financially independent by just in another job or in another industry or in another position. Like, no one is expecting you. The divine is not expecting you to lower your living standards or to go work at a job that like doesn't pay you and then you can't pay your bills. It's just saying you have the opportunity here to close out an old professional chapter or your current professional chapter in your life. And this next cycle of this next professional cycle, next working cycle of your life, for it to be something you really want to do. Something that you wake up in the morning and you're fired up to go to it or you're fired up to do it. Kind of how like I am with tarot. Literally, I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I have to make my bed. I have to make my coffee. I got to jump in the shower and I got to get to my table. I got to start cleaning my decks. It's my Ace of Wands. I love it. I never thought this would be a quote unquote job. It's a gift I've been given, but I never thought every other job I've had, I not even want to get out of bed on some days. Oh, I got to go there again. Oh God, why can't it be Saturday or Sunday again where I could stay in bed a little bit longer? That's the type of job a lot of you currently have. You don't even want to go. You go out of obligation. I can't lose my job. I have bills to pay, mouths to feed. I get it. But if you just inquire on what else is out there, you will find the job or an idea to create your own business or something like that. Become your own entrepreneur here. Or again, work for someone else, but in a job that really sparks your passion, that will pay you well and keep you comfortable by also fulfilling the dreams and goals and desires that you have for a job. That's what I have for you, Libra. Again, if you're looking for a different type of reading, you're welcome to check another placement. But that's what I have for you, my dear. Maybe finding yourselves a little restricted in a job you really don't want to be in for a multitude of reasons. But your intuition has been telling you for a while it's time to see what else is out there or how to launch your own business or something like that. And if this is your reading and your intuition's been telling you to do it, this is a time for you to just get the information to do it. So eventually you can close the door and have a passionate new beginning in your professional career sector, one that you really want to wake up in the morning and go to and do. That's what I have for you, my darling. If you like this message and it resonates with you, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Scorpio. Let's see what I'm a Scorpio moon. Let's see what our full moon in Leo messages. Now, Scorpio for us, regardless of your placement, but for Scorpios, the full moon will impact our sector of wisdom and spirituality. It's time for us to close some chapters in our life that no longer support our growth and to embrace new learning opportunities. So let's get into tarot and then let's look at your oracle cards and then we'll get into tarot. So first oracle card you have, needing direction, lost in space, card number 36. So maybe the numbers 3, 6, 9 36 or maybe even 63 are relevant to you. How interesting. Your Moonology card is Be Humble, first quarter moon in Leo. And your other Moonology card here is Change Your Tune, Moonlight Serenade. Let's get into tarot here. Oh, bottom of the deck, the Lovers. So full moon will be impacting your sector of wisdom and spirituality. Time to close chapters. You're needing direction. You're stuck right now, maybe stuck between worlds type of feeling. I feel like, I hate to say this, I'm getting like two very distinct messages. Some of you are stuck because you're waiting for someone else to catch up to you. And you're not going to want to hear this, and I'm a Scorpio moon. I don't want to hear it either, but it's just a message I'm getting. There might be a need for you to turn around and tell that person to hurry up, or you have to move on. You don't have to do this today or tomorrow. I'm just kind of telling you the feeling I'm getting here. It's like, this is like a, come on, I need direction. I'm lost here. My life has no direction. And I need to change my tune. Instead of waiting for you, waiting, keeping my life on hold, whoever that is, friend, family member, lover, I have to change my tune and be like, I'm moving forward. I now have the direction. I'm moving forward. You're either coming along for the ride or you're not. Instead of me waiting for you, you need to run and catch up to me. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. The second message here is some of you are a little resistant to learning something new or looking at new opportunities, because if you did, that would mean that you'd go in a different direction and you'd have to leave that person behind. Like, I don't know, you live in New York State, right, in the United States, and you know that if you look for other job opportunities, strictly an example, it might take you to Florida in the United States. It might take you to Rome, Italy. But you're like, I don't even want to look for those opportunities. I don't even want to see them, because when I see them, they might be too tempting and I might want to go towards them. And that means I have to leave that person behind because they're not even where I'm at. So how the hell are they going to come with me where I'm going if I'm like relocating? So yeah, let's see where we go with the message here. But definitely needing direction here. And I feel for a lot of you, it's because you're waiting for someone else to catch up. Or you're single. You don't have like a lover, right? Let's say we're talking about love here. But you're like, well, I don't want to start some, like, I don't want to go in a new direction because I'm waiting to meet someone. I can't do that because I'm waiting to meet someone. And it's like, no, you can do that without having someone in your life. So like, it's almost like two different groups of you. Some of you don't want to move forward in a particular direction because you feel you can only do that if you have someone, or you're using the excuse not to move forward because you're waiting to meet the one or waiting to meet the person. And for others of you, you're stuck at a crossroads because you're waiting for someone to catch up to you. Both of you are stuck. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Wands. Both of you are stuck. Tell me more about Lost in Space here. Tell me more about Lost in Space here for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. The Strength card fell out of the deck. Further clarified by the Nine of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. Tell me why Be Humble is here. Okay, I guess we'll take them. That came out pretty shockingly fast. We have the moon. There's your full moon in Leo. Further clarified by the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Devil. Knew he was going to show his face. The Eight of Cups, to the Ace of Swords. Oh my God, what else is there? To the Queen of Swords. Holy Jesus. All right, change your tune. Tell me why change of tune is here. Why is change your tune here? One more shuffle, please, Anne. Thank you. Part of me wants to scrap the reading, but you know what? I can't. That's not fair. Knight of Wands. The Sun. Oh, they catch up. Five of Swords. Three of Swords. Bottom of the deck. The Fool. The Chariot. And the Seven of Wands shows itself again. Very interesting. I'm going to clarify that for you, but needing direction. Nine of Wands, doing the same thing over and over and over again. Six of Pentacles, I keep investing into the same patterns. It would require too much for me to move forward in a particular direction. Again, either because I don't have someone. This is like the equivalent of like, Well, I can't buy a house. Only married people buy a house. Single people don't buy a house. I have to rent, or, I can't buy a house until I'm married. It's just an example. There's something like that here for a group of you, probably a small group, but like, I can't do that until I have I can't be a parent unless I have someone in my life. Why not? I can't buy a house unless I'm married. Why not? If that's what you really want, why not? Why do you need someone in your life to buy a house? Again, just an example. So some of you, I'm just going to keep investing in the same pattern here over and over and over again because I'm afraid to move forward. And for others of you, I'm afraid to move forward because I'm waiting for someone. I have the desire to move forward, Queen of Wands, but I hold myself back from moving forward. And instead, I invest pentacle energy into doing the same thing over and over. I'm in a holding pattern. Same thing over and over again. I feel lost. I'm speaking like you. I feel lost. I feel like I need direction. The problem is you're waiting for someone else to tell you what direction to go in. You've surrendered your your divine gift of free will to someone else unknowingly by doing that. I don't think anyone consciously makes that decision. And I'm going to say we, because it's, I'm part of your collective. Many of us have done that. We hold ourselves back from moving forward. We would rather repeat a pattern. Be humble. This first quarter moon in Leo here, very interesting. Clarified by the moon. It's like all this fear and anxiety. 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. I can't do it. What if I do it? The Devil. This is constantly thinking about it. Moving on from this person or moving on in a different direction. Like, I can't do it. I would have to leave them behind. 8 of Cups. I don't want to leave them behind. Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords. I know if I go in this direction, and if that's really my truth, I have to leave this person behind. Change your tune. Knight of Wands to the Sun card, to the 5 of Swords, to the 3 of Swords. If you don't want me to leave you behind, then you need to start moving a little quicker. Knight of Wands. I kind of feel like that's your change your tune thing. Again, not telling you to leave this person behind, but there's something here like if you don't want to get left behind, then you need to hurry up. I can't keep waiting for you. I can't keep cycling in the same thing with you. What you don't see coming. The Fool to the Chariot to the 7 of Wands. You're going to end up moving forward. You may not want to hear that right now. You're going to move forward. I do believe this person comes with. I just think they're a little late to the part. If you're specifically waiting for someone, like you're still in a relationship, but the relationship isn't progressing, and you're like, come on already, right? We've been dating now for, I don't know, 3 years. Can we, start to take the relationship seriously? Can we start discussing a future? I'm holding myself back here from what I want to do. Moving, opening up a business, moving on with my life, getting married, having kids, whatever that is for you. I've been resisting moving on because moving on means I have to leave you behind because I'm still waiting for you to catch up. I feel like for those of you, and I feel you've been trapped here, the Devil to the 9 of Swords to the 8 of Swords, all this anxiety and fear about walking away from this person, about going in a new direction, about speaking this truth. But the moment you change your tune and you move forward, what does this person do? What does this person do when Scorpio moves forward? Again, this is only for those of you who are currently in a connection, but this person's just dragging their feet, man. Dragging their feet, stalling you. Although you're kind of allowing them to do that to you because you're waiting for them. But what does this person do? What does this person do? What is this person's actions? One more shuffle. Thank you. Queen of Cups. That would be you. The 3 of Pentacles. And the 2 of Swords. Bottom of the deck. Knight of Swords. 2 of Cups. Hangman. 4 of Wands. They join you. They might not arrive at the same destination at the same time, but they'll get there. Don't hold yourself back for them. This person will work on finding a way to be able to, to be able to go to their Two of Cups. Hangman to the Four of Wands. Might take a minute. So I just want to say to you to not hold yourself back. And I say this as a Scorpio moon. There's something here you want to do with your life. There's a direction you want to go in. And you've been resisting making the move. Because again, I can't do it because I don't have a person, right? Like I can't buy a house because I'm not married. And everyone I know who owns a house is married. Let's just use that as an example. No, you can own your own house. And guess what happens when you move forward with that? You end up meeting someone that you marry. It's strictly an example. But like I can't do that because I don't have a person. No, once you actually do that, you meet a person. Like you meet a soulmate, soul bond connection. And for those of you who are like, I can't move forward in my life because it means that I'm going to move in a direction. This idiot behind me, I'm sorry, cross watcher. This person behind me isn't even where I'm at. How the hell, Jen, are they going to get to where I'm going? If I just start, they'll come the minute you change your tune. This is the direction I'm taking my life in. It's funny. I had a discussion recently with my person that I want to move out of the state of New Jersey. It's at 50 years old. I don't see myself retiring here, even though I've lived here for most of my life, except for the 4 years that I lived in Florida. But it's way too expensive. I won't be able to comfortably like live here financially, right, as I get older. I certainly don't want to be snow blowing and shoveling snow when I'm 60, 70, 80 years old. So I'm already thinking of the next year or two, I probably should move to a warmer climate, right? I don't want to just enjoy a warmer climate when I'm 80. I want to do it now while I'm in my 50s and I can still have fun and go to the beaches and walk the boardwalk or whatever. So I've been looking at different coastal towns throughout the United States. I'm still going to stay in the United States, but I'm looking all along the eastern seaboard and even part of the Gulf of Mexico or Gulf of America, whatever you want to call it. No judgment here. But I've been looking at different coastal towns. And I think it was last night or yesterday when I said to him, I have a lot to do before I move, but I'm moving. And he was like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I've been talking about this for like a month or two. And I think this is the year I start getting things in order. And I'm going to make a couple of trips to a couple of different towns that I like and see which ones I like. And I'll look up crime statistics. I'm going to be smart about it. I'm not just going to, move to I'm going to do my homework. But yeah, I think in the next year or two, I'm out of here. And so last night, I kind of mentioned it again. And I said, well, what do you want? And he was like, wherever you are. And I was like, that's the right answer. So I just feel like he'll get there. He might not be where I'm at right now, ready to get rid of everything and sell the house and move, but he'll get there. I might arrive to the destination before him, but he'll get there. And if he doesn't get there, someone else is getting there. Someone else will be there. I hate to put it that way. I love him dearly, but I can't be lost in space living in an area I really don't want to live in anymore. I can't just repeat the pattern forever. So like, am I moving tomorrow? No, but I'm going to start inquiring. It's funny, the sun card is there. I want to move to a place that's warmer. I do, but I'm changing my tune. I'm no longer waiting for you. This is the direction I'm going in. You can meet me when you can come with me, or you can meet me when I get there. But I can't keep doing this. I don't want to do this anymore. I just don't want to be in this state anymore. No offense to anyone else in Jersey, but you get into your 50s, you're just like, what the hell am I doing? It's a lot of money to live in this state. So again, I'm sorry to interject my personal stuff here, but I just kind of want you to know to take them as just how they relate to you. That's kind of how it's relating to me. Kind of keeping my forward movement on hold because he's not ready. Well, if he's not ready, he's not ready, but I'm ready. I'm ready. So yeah, I think he comes along with me. That's how I'm interpreting the reading. So again, I'm not guaranteeing this for everyone. You're going to have to use your intuition. But if it's not that person, it's someone else that you're meeting, wherever you're going. But the answer is not, you're never going to get to that. This, you're never getting to as long as you're doing this. Because this is needing direction. This is being lost in space. This is doing the same pattern over and over again. That's new. That's fresh. That's exciting. Changing your tune. I'm moving in a new direction. You're either with me or you're not. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. And yeah, for most of you, this person ends up coming along. But the answer here isn't to hold yourself back. Bottom of the deck, the world. All right, 3 cards of advice here for Scorpio. 3 cards of advice here for Scorpio. One more shuffle, please, and thank you. Advice, my darling. 10 of Wands, the Star, and the Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords. It's kind of like what I was saying, right? I'm not going to make a foolish decision, a foolish jump, and I don't think you will either. Look, this could be job related for some of you. Take it how it resonates to you. There's something you want. You've been holding yourself back from moving towards it because you're feeling lost, or you're needing direction, or you're waiting for someone's approval, or you're waiting for someone to do it with you. And the reading here is just saying you don't have to wait for anyone to chase your star, your wish fulfillment. That's your North Star. That's your heavy lift. And again, you don't have to make a drastic change tomorrow. All you have to do, Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords, inquire. Just see what's out there, kind of like what I'm doing. Just start researching the job you want, or how to open up your business, or where you want to live in the future. Make a vision board. Again, no one's telling you to take the big leap tomorrow, but inquire on that wish fulfillment and try to find out or learn tangible ways for you to make that a wish come true. And it's your burden to carry, 10 of Wands. Don't rely on anyone else to do this for you. This is your dream. This is your wish. Like for me, it's like living in a warmer climate. It's my dream, my wish. I can't expect anyone else to do the research for me, and find the different towns and go visit them. And no, it's going to be a heavy lift for me. But if I want to chase my wish fulfillment, or at least inquire on it, that's for me to do. And that's your advice here. Again, whatever this is for you, you've been holding yourself back from, this energy of the full moon in Leo, you can harness that energy to say, I am moving forward in this direction. This is what I want to do with my life. And I'm just going to start to get information on how to get there. This is where I want to be. I need to find out how to get from here to there, because doing nothing will never get me there. How about that? That's what I have for you, my darling Scorpios. Your full moon in Leo tarot reading is, do not let people, what they think, what they'll do, whether they'll join you or not, keep you holding yourself back anymore from what you truly want. I just feel like it's a big mistake. And if you were needing some type of encouragement to just inquire on your dream, this is your encouragement. Just, if it's not supporting your growth, then just embrace the opportunity of new information. And like for me, like where I'm living right now, it's not supporting my growth. That's it. There's no more that I can do here in this state. That's it. Time for me to go. Time for me to expand my life. 3 of Wands, expand my life. But right now I am in Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles kind of moment here. And I feel like you can be too. All you have to do is change your tune. I'm not waiting around anymore. I know exactly what I want and where I want to go. And I don't need to hold myself back from it. At the very least, inquire. So that's what I have for you, my darling. That is your tarot reading. That is your full moon in Leo tarot reading. If you like this message, it resonates with you, or you wish to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Sagittarius. This full moon in Leo will be focusing on your shared resources and your emotional debts. This will be a time for you to reevaluate your partnerships, both on the financial and personal level, and to find ways to deepen connections with your loved ones. So let's get look at your oracle cards, and then we'll get into tarot. So what do you have here, my dear? Garden of Venus, rest and renewal, card number 25. So maybe the numbers 2, 5, 7, or 25 are relevant to you. You have honor your feelings, first quarter moon in Pisces. Very interesting when we're talking about deepening those personal connections. And then you have the full moon card, which talks about forgiveness. Wow. Okay. Saggy. I'm going to throw this out there, and some of you don't like it, might not like it. Don't get mad at me. Some of you are having a difficult time forgiving someone, truly forgiving someone. You verbally say you forgive them, or you act or pretend that you forgive them, but you don't really honor your feelings. You really don't forgive this person. I feel like the feeling I'm getting here is some of you have someone in your life that, I'm at a loss for words because I can't believe I'm saying this to Sagittarius. I feel like you pretend to forgive this person in an effort to keep the peace or to keep them in your life. I don't really feel you have adequately healed from what this person has done to you. And I don't really think you're honoring your feelings. Please don't get mad at me. This reading is just, I have to tell you the messages I'm channeling. Bottom of the deck, Chariot. There's either this is your way to have victory in this connection, because you know the moment you honor your feelings and you say something, it's done, right? It's like Chariot's out the window, right? Yeah, Fool. I'm going to have a new beginning without this person in my life. That's the feeling I'm getting here. So for some of you, yeah, there's a need here for you to honor your feelings, and whether you're going to forgive this person or not. Like I said, some of you pretend to forgive this person, or you give them the impression that you have forgiven them, but you really haven't honored your feelings. And for some of you, it's just to keep this person in your life or to keep the peace. I just feel like you have someone in your life that has wronged you. They've wronged you. And even if you're like, oh, forgive and forget, you really haven't forgotten the hurt that they've imposed on you. Tell me more about rest and renewal. I think this is what you need. I think some of you still need to heal from this heartache. Tell me more about this for Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle. Thank you. And look, darling, if it's not your reading, just check another placement, okay? 3 of Cups, 7 of Swords. I knew it. 5 of Wands, and the Fool. Tell me why honor your feelings is here for Sag. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know about honor your feelings? One more shuffle. Thank you. Honor your feelings, clarified by the Hangman, the 6 of Cups, the 4 of Pentacles, the King of Wands. Look at you holding back just to hold on to this connection. Forgiveness. Why is forgiveness here for Sag? Why is forgiveness here? One more shuffle, please, and thank you. Forgiveness is being clarified by the Ace of Cups, self-love, baby. 4 of Swords, there's your healing, rest and renewal. 8 of Swords, and the King of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have Queen of Cups, we have the Star, and we have Justice. That leaves the Wheel of Fortune to the 9 of Pentacles, to the 7 of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. I don't know what this 3 of Cups represents to you. Friend, family member, lover, your neighbors. Different for all of you. But there's been some trickster energy here where this person or these people have 7 of Swords you at some time. They lie to you. They lie by omission. They've betrayed you. They've taken advantage of you financially. They use you for status. They use you for their own job growth. What they use you for is different. How they manipulate you is different. But the one thing you all have in common is you have a person or a group of people in your life that you hold a lot of affection for, or affection to some degree for, and they have betrayed you. Some of them continually betray you. And you have been internally conflicted on whether or not to have a new beginning with this person, or you have been internally conflicted on confronting what this person has done, because there's a fear here that if you honor your feelings and speak your truth, you will lose this person for good. You're resisting, the Fool is resisting looking at the 7 of Swords. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see what they've done, how they put me in competition, or how they've lied to me, or maybe how there was a third party. I don't want to see it. If I really see it, and I honor myself to really heal myself, rest and renewal, I'm going to have to move on without this person, and I don't want that. So I pretend to forgive them. Please don't get mad at me if it's not your reading. Honor your feelings, clarified by the Hangman to the Six of Cups to the Four of Pentacles to the King of Wands. You really, I think this came up in your angel reading for the week. There's something here with this person you don't want to see. You're holding back from seeing this person in a certain light. I don't know what it is. This is you, King of Wands energy, whether you're masculine or feminine. You're holding yourself back. There's something here you're not seeing. It's either I want to remember them the way they were, or I want to hold on to the image of the person I believe that they were, I believe that they are, or I've known them for too long, or they were my first love, or this is my family member, this is my best friend since way back when. There's something here that you're not honoring your feelings because you're holding yourself back from really seeing this person or these people for who and what they truly are. Like the King is looking forward. The Fool is looking at the Seven of Swords. If I see it, I have to leave. The King is like tunnel vision in this deck. I don't want to look left. I don't want to look right. I just want to keep moving forward. Keep the status quo. I'm not going to honor my feelings here. Forgiveness, clarified by the Ace of Cups, the Four of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the King of Cups. Interesting, the King of Cups holds the Ace of Cups. This inability to honor your feelings and to speak your truth is hindering your ability to love yourself because you're not being true by honoring your feelings. So all the manis and petties, you know, sometimes we talk about self-care and we're like, go get your nails done or go get a pedicure or do a Netflix and chill on a Saturday. All great ways to invoke some kind of self-care, right? Inject some kind of self-care into your life. Wonderful, not knocking it, but not confronting this and honoring your feelings about it prevents you from opening up your heart either to this person or to anyone else fully. It's like it's become an obstacle. I don't like whatever this person has done to you or is doing to you. I don't feel you can fully heal, and I don't feel you can fully love yourself until you acknowledge what they've done and you voice it. Look at the swords on the table. Healing and my thoughts. How I feel, what I think. How I feel, what I think. It's only when you take the next step that you get to the Justice card that actually holds the Ace of Swords. Where I think most of you are going to say it. I'm going to be honest with you. Most of you are going to end up saying it. Some of you need to forgive yourselves here for holding on to a connection that is not in your best interest. You've been holding on to someone because they're a friend, they're a family member, they're a lover, or they've been in your life a long time. And you've been holding yourself back from actually speaking your truth. And it's like you're continually mending your heart and healing. I think if you want to keep the connection, I'm not telling you not to, but again, you have the divine gift of free will, but the energy of the full moon here is to, you have the opportunity here to deepen this connection with this loved one or loved ones by having a conversation about what they did that wounded you, that you see it, that you identify it, you're not blind to it. That's where the true healing comes in. That's where self-love comes in, when you honor those feelings and you speak it. And that can usher in healing in this connection. King of Cups to the Queen of Cups. For others of you where this person's no longer, I shouldn't say no longer in your life, currently in your life, but you know once you speak your truth, they'll no longer be in your life. You're going to have this new beginning without them. That's okay, because what comes for you is actually the friend that won't betray you, the family member who won't betray you, a lover who won't betray you. Like once you turn your back to this person is replaced with someone even better. Someone who is an equal in terms of emotional stability. a connection that is healing and that is fair and balanced. So take it how it resonates to you. But there, I mean, you have a possibility here of having a new cycle here in your life, whether it's with this person or without this person. But I feel like this new, like, rebuilding this connection, if you want to keep this person, you'll never fully be able to rebuild this connection until you honor your feelings. And by honoring your feelings, you're going to have to speak some things to really call this person out on what they did. That's your act of self-love. That's honoring your feelings. And then you can choose whether or not you want to forgive them and move forward with them. And if you don't, you don't. In time, you'll find someone else to take their spot, someone who's better. But keeping them in your life simply because of nostalgia, when they continue to do this to you, Seven of Swords, Five of Wands, you deserve better than that. You deserve a friend, family member, or lover that doesn't keep you trapped in the Eight of Swords, this constant, and the Four of Swords, constant emotional and mental turmoil because you're afraid to actually say what you want to say. Five of Pentacles, because you know once you do, you'll be abandoning them, or maybe it'll trigger an abandonment wound for you. But that's not a reason to keep someone in your life that's unhealthy. Let's get 3 cards of advice here for Sag. And again, if it's not your reading, just not your reading. We have the Nine of Wands, standing your ground, defending yourself, defending your peace, defending yourself against what this person has been doing. This is just your advice. 2 more cards on this, please and thank you. We have the Nine of Wands, we have the Knight of Cups, and we have the Seven of Cups. Bottom of the deck, 2 of Cups, 3 of Wands, Page of Cups. There really is no other way for you to either move forward in this connection or to move forward away from this connection and eventually into another connection until you stand your ground, until you address all of this confusion and illusion and delusion that this person has created in your life because of their Seven of Swords behavior. That's how you can move forward in love. Self-love. Self-love comes first. That's what I have for you, my darling. Either, you know, saving this soulmate connection, soul bond connection with the 2 of Cups, or moving away from it and finding another one that is better suited for you or more emotionally balanced. The only way to have one or the other, a new beginning in this connection or a new beginning, you know, in another connection in the future, is for you to stand your ground, defend yourself against the Seven of Swords behavior. Cut through, using that Ace of Swords and the Justice card to cut through the illusion and confusion, all of that crap, really. All of that fog, cutting through the fog to honor your feelings and speak your truth. To speak your truth about how this behavior of theirs has made you feel. That's the only way for you to truly, truly heal. That's what I have for you, Sag. You're like I said, welcome to take this message. Take it how it resonates. If it doesn't resonate at all, just check another placement. But that's your full moon in Leo tarot reading. If you like this message and it resonates with you, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, my dear, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your full moon in Leo tarot reading. So the full moon in Leo will be affecting your closest relationships. In fact, those are the ones that will be taking center stage for you in the energy of the full moon. This full moon will encourage you to strengthen ties with loved ones or step away from those who no longer nourish your soul. So let's look at the oracle cards and then we'll get into tarot. First oracle card, the Divine Feminine, Cosmic Wound. This is card number 6. Full moon in Taurus. Wow, detoxify. That would be walking away from these connections that no longer serve your highest good. And then you have abundance in the domicile moon. Okay. So interesting how it's like birthing or strengthening your, you know, connections or detoxifying your life and leaving some of them behind. That's what will lead you to abundance. I feel like it's time for you to shed the connections that no longer serve you, Capricorn. And look, if this isn't your reading, it's just not your reading, check another placement, okay? But if it is, let's see what tarot has. Tell me more about the cosmic wound here for Capricorn. 8 of Cups. Yep, to move towards the Nine of Cups requires the Eight of Cups, the emotional disconnect or the physically walking away from a person or people in your life that no longer serve your highest good. And then birthing new connections in your life. Tell me more about this cosmic womb here for Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Tell me about the Divine Feminine. And obviously, if you're masculine, this reading is for you as well, as we all embody feminine and masculine energy. Tell me more about this. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. This is being clarified by the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, the Four of Wands. Look at that. And the Seven of Wands. Only wanting to defend the connections that are mutually beneficial, or maybe going out and exploring new connections. Let's continue to get your cards, and then we'll look at your full reading here. Tell me more about this full moon in Taurus. Detoxify. Only holding on to relationships that are structured, solid, stable, all of that embody that Taurian energy. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Detoxify is being clarified by the King of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Two of Cups. Seeing these connections for who and what they are. Yes, and cutting out the ones that no longer serve you. And abundance. Tell me more about abundance here. Tell me more about abundance. One more shuffle, please, and thank you. Abundance is clarified by the moon. There's your full moon in Leo. The Fool, your new beginning. Strength card moves you to the Three of Pentacles, building these new connections. Bravo to you. Bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Two of Swords. That leaves the Nine of Swords to the Knight of Pentacles, to the Wheel of Fortune, and then the Eight of Cups shows itself again at the bottom of the deck. Pretty cut and dry reading here, to be quite honest with you, Capricorn. There are connections in your life that no longer serve your highest good for a variety of reasons, and those reasons are different for all of you. But the one thing the Capricorn Collective has in common, these relationships are holding you back. They're weighing you down. They're clouding your judgment. They're eating up way too many of your pentacle energy, your time, your love, your money, your resources, etc. You have the divine gift of free will, but in the energy of the full moon in Leo, this would be your opportune time to walk away from those connections, to see them for who and what they truly are, to embrace and hold on to the people that love you, that you welcome into your space, your Four of Wands, and they welcome you into theirs, where there's reciprocity. And if you don't have them, those types of connections, then you certainly can create them. You can seize the opportunity and the energy of the full moon to meet new people, to create new relationships, new, steady, reciprocal relationships in your life. But I feel like there's almost a need here for the Capricorn Collective to say, this is all I want, and defend it fiercely. It's almost like looking at the people in your life and saying, if you are incapable of giving me the unconditional love I give you, if you're incapable of welcoming me into your home, in your space, in your life, the way I welcome you into mine, then I will go out and find new connections that meet those requirements. This is my decision, and I defend it fiercely. I don't need to keep a family member in my life simply because they're a family member, and meanwhile they crap all over me. No. The world is filled with 9 billion people. I will find a new connection with people that will treat me better. That's basically the task here for the Capricorn Collective. I know not all of you are going to do that because you are Earth energy and you're a little bit stubborn, but there are new connections waiting for you to meet. There are new people. And unfortunately, you don't have the energetic space in your life for these new connections because they're bogged down by connections that you really need to detoxify from your life. You ever have the urge to want to like go clothes shopping and you're like, I can't, I have no room. I have no more room. Like, let's say shoes. I want to buy shoes, but I literally have no more room for shoes. I have no more closet space. Where am I going to put the shoes? And then it would be like, you know what? I need to detoxify. It's just an example. And I have to go through all the shoes that no longer serve me, that they don't wear well, they cause me blisters, they're highly uncomfortable, and I either need to donate them or give them away or just, try to sell them or toss them. I have to create space to buy new shoes, shoes that are more comfortable, shoes that don't give me blisters, shoes that don't hurt my feet, right? Shoes that better suit my needs now. The shoes you wore 10 or 20 years ago, your feet are very different now. They're very different. So it's almost like that feeling, and the styles are different, et cetera, et cetera. So there's almost like, and I hate to equate people to shoes, but I'm just trying to give you an example. Until you make room and clean out the closet of the shoes you no longer wear, you really don't have a lot of space to buy new shoes. And that's kind of how energy works the same way. No matter how much you put yourself out there to meet new people and make new friends, and you don't have the energetic time or the energy in general to devote to those connections, if connections that are unhealthy for you keep feeding off of the energy that you have, you'll be too depleted to give to a new connection. So I feel for a lot of you, you have a person or at least two people in your life that they are a soulmate, soul bond connection, but they are highly toxic. And if you were honest, you would admit that to yourself. It's your truth. Somewhere inside of you, you know that already. So I'm not really telling you anything you don't know. And you know that you should be using that Ace of Swords to kind of remove them from your life, detoxify them from your life. Why you're not doing it, I don't know. You know, why you're holding on to this person or these people, I don't know. It's different for all of you. But there definitely is a need here for you to become autonomous of that person or those people and to remove them from your life. So either your current healthy connections could grow stronger because you'll have more energy to invest in them, or you will meet new people because you'll have more energy to invest in new connections. The Moon to the Fool to the Strength to the Three of Pentacles. That's your abundance. And that's kind of what you don't see. It's like, I can't stop talking to that person. I've known them forever. Or I can't stop talking to her. She's my sister, or that's my kid. But if they're toxic, why not? I hate to say that, but why not? Don't allow the label or title or moniker someone has in your life to create this type of connection where you're going to perpetually be wounded by this person because they're blank to you, because they're a cousin or they're the last living sibling, you know what I mean? Or they're my kid, but they're toxic. They're energy vampires, and yet you're afraid to let them go. Why? That's not an answer for you. You don't have to give me that answer. That's kind of conversation you need to have with yourself here. Why am I holding on to these soulmate, soul bond connections that I really know inside of me are really not good for me? It's time, again, if you want to have this honest and truthful conversation with yourself about detoxifying these people from your life, regardless of the fears and anxieties you have that come with letting them go, because only then do you have real abundance come into your life. So like the minute you do this, the minute you have the strength to do this, you start Three of Pentacles, having new people that you'll be meeting and collaborating with and creating a more solid, firmer structure. This is the opportunity. The Ace of Pentacles is the opportunity for these new connections. The Three of Pentacles now is the connections are in, and now we're working on creating a new foundation. The only thing stopping you from getting to the Ace of Pentacles, the opportunity for new, healthier connections, and then actually meeting them is here in the middle, these soulmate, soul bond connections that you have yet to sever ties with. Page of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. I feel like some of you will try to do both. Some of you will try to inquire on meeting new people while still holding on to people that you know aren't good for you. It's a very stubborn energy. And again, if it's not your reading, it's not your reading. But I'm speaking to a Capricorn who keeps people in their life solely because they don't want to let them go. I don't know if this is, maybe for some of you, it's a fear. I don't want to be alone, or I don't think I can meet, another partner or another person, or what do I do? She's my only blank, or he's my only blank, my sister, brother, cousin, etc., or my only friend. But again, it's not a reason to keep someone in your life that is unhealthy. Bottom of the deck, the Chariot. I want to get you some advice on this, and then I'll pull three cards of advice for you. I have the Devil to the Queen of Wands to the Queen of Pentacles. I'm I'm telling you, some of you have a person or multiple people that you keep in your life. You see them for exactly who and what they are, but it's like you're chained to them. It's like they're energetically chained to you. For some of you, it's a spouse. For some of you, it's children. For others of you, it's siblings. Again, if it's not your reading, it's not your reading. Some of you could be your child. And I don't mean like an 8-year-old. I mean like a grown adult who's highly, highly toxic. And you continue to try to mother, Queen of Pentacles, this person. Let me get you 3 cards of advice, because I feel like if you were really, really honest, because somewhere quiet deep down inside, you know the truth, but it's like you don't even want to admit it to yourself. Because I feel like the moment you admit it to yourself, then you know you have to walk away from this person. Yeah, there's a need here for you to confront this. Let's get you 3 cards of advice, my friend. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Cups. Yeah, this connection or connections no longer fulfills you. They do not pour into you the way you pour into them. Again, I don't know why you keep this person or these people around. It's different for all of you. But the message here is clear. They're not healthy for you. Some of them use you, and you allow them to use the love you have for them against you. Like, Capricorn won't get rid of me. I'm blank to them. Or I could take advantage of them because I'm blank to them. Yeah, time to detoxify this, my darling. Let's get 3 cards of advice here for Capricorn. One more shuffle, please, and thank you. 6 of Swords, move on from them. The Sun, towards happiness, temperance. Yeah, bottom of the deck, 7 of Pentacles. Your advice, see these people for who and what they are, and then move forward and away from them. 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords. Move forward and away from them towards connections that are happy and abundant and healing and better balanced, better emotionally balanced, just to people that are better tempered. I feel like you have some people in your life that are they get angry very easily. They're very much in their ego. And I know you keep them around because they're blank, but they're really not healthy for you at the end of the day. They're not, regardless of who they are, how long you've had them in your life. So again, you're welcome to do whatever you want. 7 of Pentacles, the Star to the World card. The only way for you to truly invest in your healing is to close the door on this person or these people, to move away from them. That's what ushers in healthier, better balanced connections in your life. But again, it all begins with you. You can, though, harness the energy of this full moon in Leo to have an honest conversation with yourself about the people in your life and the type of value they bring into your life, like a real honest conversation. What do they really bring into your life? And if all they bring is toxicity, then it's time to detoxify your life with them. But again, it all begins with you. That's what I have for you, my darling. That is your full moon in Leo tarot reading. If you like this message and it resonates with you, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, Capricorn, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your full moon in Leo tarot reading. Now, the full moon in Leo for Aquarius will give you the urge, I want to say, or desire to focus on your hopes and your dreams for the future. Your idealistic nature that kind of refuses to give up on humanity. So some of you could be thinking about taking, let's say, example, a job position you have. How can I amplify this or expand this in a way that it will help others? You could also find yourself during this time wanting to focus more on self-care and to finding a more healthier balance between work and your personal life. So let's get into your oracle cards, and then we'll delve a bit here into tarot. But a lot of you very future focused on, how do I take a job or skill that I currently have and use it for the greater good, like in order to help others. And again, self-care will play a role in this as well. You have Spirit of the River, movement toward adventure. Yes, expanding your life, card number 50. 5 is all about change. You then have Think It Through, new moon in Gemini. This is about looking at all the details. And then you have patience, moon cycle. So think something through before you make this big leap. But there's definitely a need here, again, to think about your hopes and dreams for the future and how you can expand your life forward to make those hopes and dreams a reality. And again, I feel like a lot of you, this new chapter of expansion in your life will mean that you are helping humanity. Now, I don't mean that you'll volunteer for the Red Cross and travel the world. Maybe one or two of you will do that, and that's fabulous. But this is more like humanity in terms of like helping your community. So maybe some of you will decide to, I don't know, use your skills and apply for the local school board. Maybe you'll volunteer on the school board. For others of you, maybe you'll get involved in local government. For some of you, you might change career paths or change jobs to a job that will better help you assist other people. Again, in a variety of ways. Maybe some of you will just inquire on volunteering, again, to help the greater good. Bottom of the deck, Wheel of Fortune. Whole new cycle in your life, baby. Movement forward. Tell me more about Spirit of the River for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know about this movement toward adventure? One more shuffle, please, and thank you. This is being clarified by the Eight of Wands. So there you go for movement. Knight of Swords, more movement. The Star towards your wish fulfillment. Get the words out, Jen. Seven of Wands and defending that. There you go. Think it through. Tell me more about think it through here for Gemini. Think it through for Aquarius, new moon in Gemini, which is your sister sign. Tell me more about think it through for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Think it through is being clarified by the Ace of Cups. There we go with that self-love that I was talking about. Two of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. Wow, I love this. Tell me more about patience here for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know here about patience? One more shuffle, please, and thank you. Patience is being clarified by the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. You're like, screw it. I can only be patient for so long. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Wands, the Fool. There's your new beginning. That's movement toward adventure. And the Moon card. Look at you harnessing the energy of this full moon in Leo. That leaves the Death card, this rebirth of your life, Eight of Pentacles, and the World. Wow. Are you closing out something huge? Now, do I think you're doing it between now and February 12th, which is tomorrow, in this full moon in Leo? No, but you're well on your way to doing it. Movement toward adventure. Some of you definitely have identified what your wish fulfillment is, what that goal is for you, whether it's professionally, personally, romantically, you name it. You've identified it, who it is, what you want, the job you want, the position you want, where you want to live, who you want to live there with. Again, the Star is different for all of you, but you have identified it and you're moving towards it. And you're very defensive, like this is what I want. This is the career path I want, the job I want. This is where I want to live. This is who I want to be with. And I'm going to move toward whomever or whatever this is. Very, very clear-minded here. Again, I mean, I could be speaking to an Aquarius here where you're deciding to change your job or change industries or expand your current skills, maybe even learn a new skill, right? Because I've lived my whole life for this person or these people, and now it's time for me to chase my North Star, follow my wish fulfillment. So big, huge emphasis here on your dreams and your vision and your hopes for the future, identifying it, defending it at all costs, that decision, and then moving forward. Think it through. I love this. I was talking about some of you feeling the need over the course of this, I want to say like next 10 days or so, in that, because I know the full moon in Leo is on the 12th, but the energy, because it's a full moon, is going to stick around with us for a bit. So for some of you, you might feel this effect up to 10 days. And I feel like that's when this is happening. Because before we can pour into someone else's cup, friend, family member, lover, etc., it all starts with self-love. So I love seeing this card. I think some of you will be thinking it through, thinking of ways to nurture yourself, take care of yourself. Now, Ace of Cups will be different for all of you. Maybe that's a spa day for some of you. Maybe it's a mani-pedi day for others. Maybe for some of you, you want to get on a dirt bike, or you want to travel or do a road trip. Whatever it is for you, whatever identifies, or I shouldn't say identifies, whatever you look at and say, well, if I do this, it will be soothing for my soul, or it will be an act of self-love. Whatever that is, I see you thinking it through, and then I actually see you doing it, like pouring pentacle energy into doing it. So again, the Aquarius collective is large. So how you identify this Ace of Cups is different for all of you. But then I do see you pouring energy into it. Nine of Pentacles, time, love, money, etc. So you can move forward towards that cup, the Knight of Cups. So I really like this message for you. Again, I feel like this is very much in sync with the astrological message for the full moon in Leo for Aquarius. So you're focusing on your wish fulfillment, what it is, how do I attain it, and then simultaneously saying, I need to take care of me. Now, patience. As an air sign, patience isn't our strongest suit, okay? However, you are the King of Swords in Tarot. And so I do think that there's a little bit of resistance here, and that's okay. This is good resistance, okay? This is you saying, yes, I want to chase my wish fulfillment. Yes, I want to take care of myself, but I have existing responsibilities. So I can't pack up and move to Phoenix, Arizona. I can't quit my job. I was been an accountant for 40 years and suddenly now I want to be a sous chef, right? There's things like that. Yes, I'd love to have self-care day, 3 weeks in Cabo, but again, this is I'm going to hold myself back. I've identified what it is or what I want or who I want, etc. And I now have thought through how I will nurture myself better, but I don't have to immediately rush into it. So I like this very logical approach here. I'm going to hold myself back from this creative new beginning. And instead, I'm going to inquire. Pages are very inquisitive in nature. So the Page of Cups, I'm going to inquire on that Ace of Cups. I'm going to inquire on what I want to do, what my wish fulfillment is, how I can take better care of myself. Again, this is a very practical approach. How do I attain that dream? How do I attain that wish? If this is even relocating, how do I relocate? What are the steps necessary to relocating? I don't think you're doing anything like on a quick whim. It's not irrational. This is a pause. I've identified this new beginning, and now I'm going to acquire information. So then I can move towards it. And let me tell you, when you move towards it, you move towards it. Nine of Wands to the Fool to the Moon. I will do whatever it takes. Nine of Wands in this deck, very different. To climb that ladder, to reach that North Star, to reach whatever that pinnacle is for me, that goal that I have set. I will climb every rung on this ladder in order to create this new beginning for myself. And I think a lot of you do this in secrecy. I have to be honest with you. So I'll just give you an example, and it's strictly an example. Maybe you are someone who you live in New Jersey in the United States like I do, and over the course of the next, 8 days, 8 to 10 days, you decide, you know what? I really want to move to Montreal. I've always wanted to move to Montreal, and you know what? I haven't really taken care of myself, so I think I'm going to plan a 2-week vacation to Montreal because I just want to see how I like it. Because if I like it, I might end up moving there, right? Might be a wish fulfillment. I don't think you blab this to everyone. I don't think you say, sometime this year, I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks to Montreal because I think in the future I'm going to move there. It's like, no, I'm going to get some information. Let me look at the crime statistics. Again, nothing against people in Montreal. I'm just saying, like, this is like you doing your homework. You're not jumping head first into this. You're resisting doing that. 4 of Pentacles to the Ace of Wands. But I'm going to get information, and then I'm going to plan my trip carefully right before I go. I'm just not going nilly-willy and showing up in Montreal with no place to stay. So this is like, yes, a great exercise in patience, but also like a great exercise in you doing your due diligence. Until you actually move to Montreal, or maybe the day before you go on vacation, that's when everyone finds out. Oh, wow, Aquarius, you're leaving for Montreal tomorrow? Like, you're going on vacation? Yeah, I told the boss. They already know. But again, it's like you're telling the person or people who are important at the time, like within the time frame you feel they need to know, and no one else really needs to know. So yeah, I told my boss I'm taking a 2-week vacation. I didn't need to announce it to 5,000 people who work at the company. It's under the moon. It's being done in some secrecy. Same thing when you come back from vacation and you decide, that's where I'm moving. You're going to take your time to plot and plan and create a strategic plan on how to literally relocate there. But until you're giving your notice and that U-Haul is packed or you're ready to go, you're keeping it under the moon. You're keeping it to your chest, to your vest. You're not telling anyone about this new beginning. I'm going to throw this out there for one person watching. You're going to disappear like a thief in the night. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's like you'll tell one person I'm gone, and next thing they know, someone drives by your house and it's like, oh, wow, did you know Aquarius's home sold last week? Where did they move to? And meanwhile, you've been living somewhere else for 6 months. That's probably for one person watching. But this is a rebirth in your life. You're going to work at this rebirth, this new beginning. So you close the cycle on the old way you've been doing life. Some of you are really moving. I mean, literally physically moving. But others of you, this is just movement in a new direction. Something that's inspiring to you. Something that's adventurous. And again, you're not telling anyone about it. I'll throw this out there for someone else here that's watching. You might be in a relationship where everybody in your community thinks it's okay. Aquarius is in a relationship and it's okay. And meanwhile, Aquarius has a wish fulfillment to be with someone else. I'm just giving this as an example. Don't get mad at me. And one day out of the blue, you leave your spouse and you're off with this other person. And everyone's like, wow, I heard rumors that they were having it rough, but I thought they were working things out. And you're just like, nope, smiling on the beach on Cabo with your new dude or your new chick or whatever. Again, under the moonlight. Not everyone needs to know that when you actually make that move. That's the vibe I get here. Again, I'm only using those things as examples, but it's literally strategically figuring it out for now, little steps, no big announcement until you're ready to take the leap. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords. Then you'll announce it. 3 cards of advice here for Aquarius. Not that I think you need it as the Knight of Swords in Tarot, but let's get 3 cards of advice here for Aquarius. One more shuffle, please, and thank you. Advice, the High Priestess, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Keep it under wraps. The Magician, whatever you're manifesting and co-creating with the universe, oh my God, whatever you're investing in. Yes, bottom of the deck, 3 of Swords. No need to tell anyone. No need to break any hearts right now. Are you going to break a couple eggs to make an omelet here? You are, but you really want the omelet. That's the direction you're going in. No need to do it. Look, I just said you have to break a couple eggs to have an omelet. 3 of Swords to get to the 10 of Cups. I'm at a loss for words here. Yeah. Keep it to yourself. It's your advice. Whatever you're manifesting, this goal, this dream, this wish, that you're pouring this pentacle energy into learning, expanding, keep it to yourself until you're ready. And yeah, when it finally comes out, are some people heartbroken that you're leaving the job or leaving the community or leaving the volunteer group or, changing locations, you're moving? Yep. But you've identified your star, your 10 of Cups. And after so many years of living for others, it's time for you to live for yourself. And that's exactly what I see the Aquarius Collective doing as a whole. Welcome to Pluto in your sign, my darling, for the next 19 or so years. That's what I have for you, Aquarius. That is your full moon in Leo tarot reading. Looks like you'll begin to figure out what it is you want out of life, what direction you want to move in, and then quietly begin obtaining the information to take those steps. That's what I have for you. If you like this message, it resonates with you, or you wish to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, my dear, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace. Hello, Pisces. Let's see what your full moon in Leo messages are here now for you, Pisces. Romance and creativity will flourish under the energy here of the full moon in Leo, whether it's pursuing a passion project, some new creative endeavor, or some of you may be considering deepening a current relationship in your life. Basically, what you'll be looking for is for connections in your life that will bring like a nurturing energy to you. So let's see what your oracle cards are, and then we'll get into tarot. You have the Crossing Initiation card number 54, which reduces to 9. This is a 9-year. Big, big changes for you. Okay, tell me more. Practice gratitude, last quarter moon in Sagittarius. I almost want to say, as you're going through this crossing onto this new journey or this new chapter of your life, there's almost a need here for you to be grateful that the connections that didn't work out. Like, see the bigger picture. Sagittarius energy, King of Wands, Queen of Wands are the visionaries. They see the bigger picture. That this person or these people were incapable of crossing this bridge with you. it's almost like their role in your life or the purpose of them in your life. They serve their purpose. Let's see what else we have here. Wow. New beginnings. There you go. New moon beginnings. Yeah. Kind of have some gratitude for the lessons, how difficult they may have been. Having some gratitude for the memories made or the experiences that you had. But understanding that in this beginning, this crossing that you're doing to the new beginning, understand that this person or these people are just not capable of coming along with you. Bottom of the deck, the moon. Wow. Okay. Tell me more about this new moon in Leo for Pisces, sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus. Tell me more about the crossing, this initiation. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. The crossing is being clarified by the Chariot. Told you, moving forward. King of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Knight of Swords. Tell me more about practice gratitude here. Last quarter moon in Sagittarius. For Pisces, sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Queen of Swords, the King of Cups, Temperance, and the Four of Cups. You always have so many people in your energy. Tell me more about these beginnings, new beginnings here. For Pisces, sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know? I'm getting like Nine of Pentacles energy right now. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Clarified by the Seven of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Tower. Bottom of the deck, Strength, the Hangman, and the Eight of Wands. I definitely want to clarify that Tower when we get to it. That leaves the Five of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Nine of Swords here, and the Magician at the bottom of the deck. So, my darling, you're moving forward in your life. Again, I say you show up as either a King or Queen of Pentacles in almost every reading I do for you. I feel like you're solid and you're steady and you're stable. And even if you don't know the next step, you're still on this journey towards victory and towards success. This person is leaving the town behind them or their past behind them. I feel like you're birthing a new chapter of your life without this person or these people in it. I don't know who this person or these people are, but I have a Queen of Swords here and a King of Cups. For some of you, this is one person that embodies these energies. For others of you, this could be two different people. Could be multiple people that are just, this is kind of how Spirit is just, you know, making them show up here in your reading just to acknowledge this is what you're leaving behind. And there's almost a need here for you in order to be more balanced in this new beginning, a need for you to practice gratitude. That's the hardest thing to do when people screw you over, I know. But whether it's friend, family member, or lover that you're sort of rejecting here in the Four of Cups, right? Because you're not accepting their cup of love anymore. I just feel, again, and you have the divine gift of free will, you don't have to do this. But during this period where you're transitioning from leaving the old life and entering the new life, there's a need here for you to, again, look back on this, taking only the good stuff and leaving the negative behind. There's no room for that where you're going. So you can take the memories with you and certainly take the lessons, but whether these people or this person or these people made you feel rejected or unwanted, like all of that negative, and instead take with you the practicing gratitude, the thanks for the lesson. I now see the bigger picture of life, Sagittarius energy. You completed your role or you completed your contract in my life. You couldn't come with me even if you wanted to, because that wasn't their role in your life. That's sort of what you have to say. And I don't mean to them, but like to yourself, like there's a reason why they can't come with you. So take the lessons and the memories, but that's how you'll move forward to this new beginning in a more balanced way. And a new beginning you're having. Seven of Pentacles. I know you want to invest in a new beginning. I think, again, just take the messages how it resonates. Some of you don't know where to start. I know I want to leave this job, right? Could be a job. I know I want to leave this job. I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to look for another job. Should I stay in the same industry? There's a lot of what ifs. There's a determination to leave it behind. And sure, you want to take the Practice the gratitude for the job. I'm sure you learned a lot there. It is, another reference for you. It gave you experience. So there is a need here to be like, all right, maybe I didn't end up at that job for 20 years like I thought I would, but I did learn ABC there. And so I have to leave with some gratitude, even if my position there or my job there is like ending in not such a great way. It's just kind of seeing the gratitude, like looking at the positive. But then some of you are like, well, I don't know where to look for a job. I know I want to leave this one. I can't quit on the spot, right? I need to be responsible, but I'm internally conflicted. Two of Swords to the Five of Wands. I don't know where to look for another job. Again, that's just an example, but I feel like it comes to you. So whatever this is, I want to leave behind this person or this town that I live in, or I want to disconnect from this friend or this lover. Again, different for all of you. You have decided that you're doing it. Some of you are in the process of doing this. In that respect, your message here is your true new beginning won't start off as balanced as you would like it to until you can practice some gratitude for what was lost here. Because there was some gain here in whatever you lost. You gained experience. You gained knowledge. You gained experiences. Okay, you gained memories. So there's almost like a need here to kind of try to find the silver lining of why this ended. That's for those of you who are currently transitioning into the new. And for others of you who are like, you're just beginning, you're not quite there yet, but you're realizing I need to leave this behind. Yes, still a need for you to practice gratitude, but you're going to need this aha epiphany moment of how do I do this? Because I want to leave this behind, person, place, thing. I just don't know how. Now, I do think you find out how. Strength to the Hangman, to the Eight of Wands. Seeing it from a different perspective gives you that aha moment. Oh, that's what I can do to leave that community. That's where I can look for another job. That's how I can make side money. That, I kind of feel like it comes to you, but I still want to clarify the Tower. I do think you get the aha. Now I know how to leave it, them, again, the person, the place, the thing. Yeah, the Sun. Now I know how to get to my happiness. Tell me more about the Tower here for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Let's clarify that Tower. Not taking all of those, but I'll take the ones that are face up. The Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Yep, it's your aha epiphany moment. This is how I can move forward in a new direction. Give me one more on this Tower, please, for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One more shuffle. Thank you. Yep, oh my God, and the Moon. So within the energy of the full moon in Leo, most of you will be having the aha epiphany moment. Either I need to practice gratitude because I'm already going through this transitional phase. I'm already leaving this person behind, or people, or whatever it is. But you get the aha epiphany moment. Maybe it's from this reading. Maybe it's just something internal to you where you're like, my new beginning, really, for me to move forward, I have to see this connection or connections or thing that ended from a new perspective. And again, find the gratitude in it so I can move forward from it once and for all, energetically, emotionally, physically, etc. And for others of you where you're looking to leave behind person, place, or thing, but you're not quite sure, you've been conflicted, I don't know what to do first, you will get your aha epiphany moment in the energy of the full moon in Leo. That's how I'm going to do it. That's how I get that Ace of Cups, that new beginning at work or new place I want to live or something like that. Self-love, how to leave this person. That's when it comes in for you. Yep, Three of Wands. That's when there's your Sagittarius energy. That's how I'll be able to move forward. So I like it. Very positive message for those of you currently transitioning away from person, place, or thing, or just contemplating it right now. You both will end up on the same path eventually, okay? I just feel like there's a group of you that's a little bit further along than the other, but it's okay. You'll all get there. Let's get you some advice. Three of Swords flew out. Let's get 3 cards of advice here for Pisces. Yeah, whatever you're leaving has been heartbreaking to you. Job, friend, family member, lover, community. Emotionally unfulfilling, even if at one time it was. Let's get 3 cards of advice here. One more shuffle, please, and thank you. You have 9 of Pentacles. I told you that gave me 9 of Pentacles energy. 9 of Pentacles. The High Priestess, look at you. And the 2 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups to the 9 of Swords. And again, Queen of Pentacles. I just want to say to you, if this is a love partner that you have left behind or you're in the process of leaving behind, allow yourself to heal. because in this picture, the heart is not only has 3 swords in it, it's also wrapped in barbed wire. And if you don't allow yourself to heal, you might also never give someone the chance to fully love you again if you're going to judge every single person in your future based on the pain created by this past person. So instead of wrapping up your heart with barbed wire and say, I'm never going to love again, there's actually a need here for you to heal this, because you do have love coming in. You do have another soulmate connection coming in, whether you know that person right now or not. So your advice, 9 of Pentacles, be very independent. Whatever this is, you might need it right now until you get to like the next leg of your journey, the next step of your journey. But don't, I just want to say to be very independent minded with this. Stay focused on your independence. Stay focused on becoming autonomous of whatever this is. High Priestess, keep some of this to yourself, right? If you're at a job and you really don't like it, it's kind of been a 3 of Swords of a job. You can look for ways on how to leave it. 2 of Wands. You can explore new avenues of employment and keep it to yourself. You don't have to announce to your job, this place sucks, I'm going to find another job to replace you. You know, same thing if you're leaving a community, family, friend, lover. You can keep it to yourself. It's actually quite powerful to keep it to yourself. I was telling Aquarius that you don't have to make the announcement until you're ready. Okay, but definitely in secret, look forward on how to expand your life. 2 of Wands. The world is your oyster. You are either transitioning to a new beginning or contemplating a new beginning. I feel the need to get you 2 more cards on that 2 of Wands. Can I have 2 more cards on the 2 of Wands? Nine of Pentacles, High Priestess, 2 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Cups. I should have said, where are you going? Because that's kind of what I'm feeling here. So can I have 2 cards here for the 2 of Wands for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus? One more shuffle now. Thank you. 2 of Wands, clarified by Death, and 3 of Cups, bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. Yep, just inquire for now how to transform, radically transform, and rebirth your life into one that you go from 3 of Swords to 3 of Cups. A life or a life path or a career path or connections in your life that will bring fulfillment and happiness. Friends that will bring a sense of camaraderie. Again, love connections that will be fun and playful and flirty. Whatever this is for you that you are leaving, you're rebirthing your life in an effort to move in that direction. You can keep it to yourself. Stay solid. Get the words out, Jen. Stay solid and grounded. Again, you keep appearing to me in my readings as an earth sign. I'm noticing this even in the private readings I've been doing. So I definitely feel a very heavy shift here for the Piscean collective. So I just want to say, go slow, be patient with yourself, practice gratitude for those past lessons, as hard as they were. They are leading you to a rebirth in your life and a victory, the likes of which you've never seen. Just change your perspective. Did that suck? Yes. But these were the benefits of working there, living there, and being with this person. Just take the gratitude and go. It's kind of the feeling here. And for others of you who are like, I'm stuck, I don't know where to begin, it's coming. The epiphany moment for you is coming within the next 8 to 10 days. And it'll begin with you inquiring. Pages are, are not only messengers, right? They didn't only disseminate information, they also collected. So within the next, 8 to 10 days, that energy of this new moon in Leo, some of you will begin to inquire on ways to leave this behind, whatever that is for you. Just remember along the journey here to have some enlightenment, because the ability for you to really move forward at the pace you want to move at will come from you practicing gratitude for this, as icky and yucky as it has been. That's just your message. You, at the end of the day, like I said, you have the divine gift of free will. But that's what I have for you, my darling. That is your full moon in Leo tarot reading, whether it's pursuing a passion project or an entirely new life. You are embracing only nurturing energy around you at this time to create a path forward. And for that, I love this very, very much for you. That's what I have for you, my darling. If you like this message and it resonates with you, or you wish to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.